Hey guys, so we are back again with another reading today. This one is going to be a love reading. It's going to be what was left unsaid. So we're kind of tapping into any emotions they may have left on the table, things they didn't say to you but were feeling, just things that they kind of played close to their chest that they didn't tell you up front and we're still feeling. So we're kind of going to go into those hidden desires, hidden feelings and emotions. So this applies really well for any ex situation or twin flame or no contact situation, anything like that. It could have been as, lighthearted as a crush or a situationship or as serious as a full-blown committed relationship. Any of those work. So it's just someone that you may not be in contact with, although you could still be around this person. So we'll just see what Spirit comes up with and Spirit has to say. Spirit is always surprising me, so it'll be interesting to see what situations come up. But with that being said, we're going to start from 1 being the pink one and 4 being the yellow one. So it's going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And I'm going to show you up close. This one is number 1. I think this would be strawberry flavored. So if you have a strawberry pop into your mind, you'll know which one to go to. I think this one is vanilla. So same with like a vanilla bean or a vanilla scoop of ice cream, that will be your signal. And this one I think is like lime. It could also be matcha or kiwi flavored. And 4th is the yellow one, which I think is lemon. I think it's probably lemon, maybe like mango or something. But if you see any of those fruits come up, you'll know which one to go with. So if you are having trouble deciding, I always say make sure your mind is clear of any stress, any issues that may be running through your brain. Just try to clear your head, close your eyes, envision yourself surrounded by white light, and see which one comes into your brain. See which one you think of first. It could be the numbers, it could just be the picture of the pile or the pictures of the fruits, but look for your signal that will let you know which one to go to. And if that still doesn't work, you can always try closing your eyes, opening them, and just seeing which pile your eyes go to right away. So with that being said, I'm going to be quiet now and let you guys tune into the energy and decide. Okay, so hopefully you guys had time to decide. If not, feel free to rewind and then pause and spend a few more moments picking your pile out. But let's go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey, pile 1. So if you guys picked this beautiful pink cake, this is going to be your reading. This looks like strawberry cake to me, which I love strawberry cake. And it's got all the lovely berries on the top. It looks really good. So with that being said, I pre-pulled your cards, so let's get into them. You guys got the Devil reversed, the Ace of Swords reversed, the 6 of Cups reversed, the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the King of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got a new microphone. I wasn't using one before, so I have one now. So hopefully you guys like this new audio. Let me know if you like it or not, because I was like, is it too loud? I don't know, but let me know your thoughts. So anyway, going into the pile, I feel like what I'm getting so far is that this person felt very addicted to you, is what they're saying. Like they had a very hard time kind of moving their thoughts along, and kind of controlling their thoughts. I feel like there was a lot of dysfunction in their head towards you a little bit. I feel almost like it was frustrating to them how much they thought of you, kind of like, I can't think of anything else. All my thoughts, all my brain power is taken up with this person, is kind of what I'm feeling from them. We did get the Six of Cups reversed. So it is saying to me that this person a little bit, I feel like if you guys are like broken up, or this is someone from your past, they've had a very hard time moving on. They might even still be very connected to you. I feel like at this point, what I'm getting energetically is that this person was trying to move on from you, really trying hard to kind of like forget you, but it's been really difficult for them. It's almost like they have a mental block up now where they are not wanting to talk with you or talk to me about you because it took them so long to move on from you, and because their thoughts were very consumed by you from a very long time. I feel like this person has a bit of an escapist quality to them, where they don't like experiencing emotions that they find unpleasant. They might distract themselves with like drugs or alcohol or something like that. Or just, anything can be an addiction. Food can be an addiction. Video games, shopping, anything, even like working out or things that are positive can be addictions if we are using it to run from our emotions. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Like this person, I feel like they spent a lot of time thinking about you, like really thinking about you. And I feel like they had set up this whole idea in their mind of like you guys being together forever. And now it's like they're almost a little bit bitter. You know how sometimes you'll see people get a divorce and like one party, I worked in family law, and a lot of the men were the ones that would get really crazy, and you'd be like, why are you so mad? And I feel like it's because a lot of men, honestly, my theory is like a lot of men have trouble processing their emotions, and they don't want to like sit down and cry, with their friends with like the way girls do. So instead they'll go into like anger war mode and start fighting the wife in court. And then we have to come in and like hear them explain to us why they want to argue, and sue her and take her back to court over like a $30 vase. And we're like, it's going to cost you an extra $1,000 in like lawyer's fees, court costs, and the person is like, I don't care, like it's fine because I need that vase. And what is deep down, it's not about the vase, it's about this person is so upset and angry about what they've lost, and they're funneling that pain into anger, and pretending like they only have hostility, when the reality is there's a lot of like lost love, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of feelings of rejection, but that's a lot harder to tackle than getting mad and fighting, especially I think for a lot of men. Kind of tapping into that Mars energy feels a lot more productive than sitting around and crying and getting deep into your emotions. So I feel like that's kind of the vibe of what I'm getting here. Like this person, I feel like they had never felt so strongly about someone before they met you, and it was really difficult for I think they kind of just assumed that things were gonna work out because of that. It was almost like love at first sight, or just their emotions were super deep, and they just assumed that if they felt this way, like that's love and we're gonna work out and we're gonna be together forever, kind of a thing. And so when you guys, I don't know, now it's shifted, I feel like, into a little bit of not regret, but trying to move forward and feeling like they were a bit of an idiot. I'm hearing like that song, I Was a Fool for You by Tegan and Sarah. I love that song. And so, it's just kind of in that song, she's like talking about how, she just became an idiot in this relationship because she was so obsessed with this girl she was in love with. And I feel like that's how this person perceives it. Like they look back and they're like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing how you used to like, make a fake trip to the water fountain to try to run into this girl, or how you would, drive past, take a different route so that you would drive past their house, or you would, go to this certain bar that they would always show up at. So they're looking back on their activities and they're almost like, wow, I was so into that person. And instead of it being like a happy ending kind of a situation, which is what they had imagined and thought, now it's like just this embarrassing, unpleasant memory of pain because you guys didn't end up together. And so I think that this person is trying to move on a little bit, but I don't know how successful they're going to be. I mean, a lot of these emotions still feel fresh. They almost feel, I wouldn't say fresh is the word, but it's like they feel still so strong, almost like they haven't stagnated, or they have stagnated in a way, because it's like they've been around for so long and they're still just as strong as, it was the day you guys met or whatever. Like, it's still this super strong feeling. And this person is kind of, I feel like they might feel like, I should have moved on by now. I should have someone else. I shouldn't care so much about this person. And so they're trying to move forward in like another direction. They might be trying to date other people. But ultimately, like, their vision of you is as, they feel really drawn to you, really connected, kind of in awe of you. And also, they had a lot of their emotions tied up with you, and their emotions still are. I almost feel like it's like, when someone dates, we talk about someone who had like a first love that broke their heart and they're scarred for life. It's almost like that. I feel like you kind of have their heart, even though they may be dating around. It's like they're not fully able to be present with these other people because of you. And whatever they're doing with these other people, they're not actually fully investing their heart into this. Another thing that's coming up is I feel like this person was not good at communicating at all. And I feel like they didn't really, they're kind of acknowledging that. I feel like they had a lot of emotions, but they probably did not tell you. And a lot of times this is where like it's these people that have trouble with their emotions that ended up when I was in family law that were the like angriest. I think because, they didn't have the chance to actually say how they felt, or that's difficult for them. So instead, like I was saying earlier, they'd end up fighting over a small vase or a small item that the wife's grandmother gave her. And we're like, why would you even care about this hand-me-down that's probably worth $10 at this point? Like an old, child's dress from the 1960s. Why would you fight over this? And they would always come up with some excuse about like, it's the principle or whatever. And I really was just very transparent, that a lot of times they just wanted to fight. They had a lot of trouble, being honest with their feelings, being honest with their emotions. And so they would kind of channel it into this Mars energy, this angry energy, which I think made them feel more in control of the situation than admitting, how hurt they were. And I just feel like that's what's coming up here, that this person, it's almost like in my mind, I feel like, because I'm very honest and I really don't like when people aren't honest but then expect you to know. Like in my mind, I feel like this person, they didn't do a good job communicating, and I do feel that they should have been more upfront with you about their feelings and their thoughts. So I kind of feel like they need to take responsibility for that and maybe grow and work on their emotions. But this is a little bit of an immature energy that I'm picking up on, frankly, where I feel like they they do a lot of blaming and pinning it on you, like it's your fault, but it's like, really? Because why are you so in love with this person if they're such a horrible, like, why can't you move on? Why are you comparing everyone to them if they're so horrible and mean, Just doesn't really add up. So we got the King of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this person, they're very sexually into you, for one. And we got the Two of Swords. So this person is really upset about everything that about everything that happened. There's just a lot of desire to like be in control of you. We also got the 6 of Wands. I feel like this person would really like to just be the one who kind of can kind of be in control of the situation. That's coming across really strongly. It's almost like this desire they have for you has shifted into this anger, jealousy type emotion, envy, whatever. And they keep wanting to, like, I feel like they would fantasize about sleeping with you, but it's almost like they want revenge at the same time, if that makes sense. And they want to make you kind of hurt like the way they hurt. So it's a little bit, like I said, this is more of an immature way of dealing with pain, in my opinion. I totally understand where it comes from, but I also think we all have to take steps to, be kind to others and to honor their dignity. And this, to me, doesn't come across this way. I feel like this person, they get in a negative mindset and they just it just spirals out of control a little bit, where they're almost, like I said, wanting revenge, or they blame you for like, they made me fall in love with them or something like that. Whereas, it takes two to get involved in love. And this person was obviously, from the cards, a willing participant. I'm not getting the vibe that you guys like tracked them down and like stalked them and like tied them up and made them fall in love with you at all. I feel like this person was actually very gung-ho and very much the one who, like I said, I'm feeling like love at first sight energy on their side, where I feel that they were very enthusiastic about you from the jump. Even today, even though they are having this desire for revenge, they still really respect you, if that makes sense. Again, I think this is where I want to clarify that, because sometimes I think it can be really hurtful. I had an ex who kind of did this to me, and he keeps coming up to my mind as well, where he wanted to, I broke up with him, and then afterwards we were still in contact, and he went out of his way to kind of be disrespectful to me, even though he was the one hitting me up all the time, asking me to hang out. He ultimately was really disrespectful to me. And I never understood for the longest time, why would you continuously beg me to hang out with you, be super apologetic after the fact, but then do something publicly that's so disrespectful? I really never understood it until I had processed it for years, and I realized how much pain he was in. And again, it doesn't excuse it, because to me, processing all of that has only made me realize what I deserve, and that I want a lot better than someone who gets mad and decides to try to get revenge and be nasty. I really don't like that energy. So it's not to excuse it, but it is to explain that sometimes I think especially guys have a hard time expressing their feelings of hurt or whatever, and they can unhealthily channel it into revenge or disrespectful behavior. But since you guys want the honest read of their emotions are still there. Their emotions are still just as strong. It's just coupled with a lot of wounded ego, let me get revenge, let me get back at this person, and also blaming you for a lot. That was also something with my ex, where they would blame me for their bad emotions, and it's I didn't do this. I'm sorry, that was you and your choice, especially after the final straw when I was no more. They were so mad at me, and I was you did all this stuff, how am I supposed to come back and forgive you? But I think a lot of times, again, I hate to keep harping on especially with men, but I do think, especially with a lot of men that aren't fully in their divine masculinity, they don't, they kind of know that they're supposed to be strong and, and all those positive attributes of masculinity, but they don't know how to process those negative emotions, feeling down about themselves. They don't know how to bring themselves back up into a positive place. And so they'll, lean into those feelings of like, I've been wronged and this is horrible and they tricked me, and it's just very immature. And of course, women can be in dysfunctional energy as well. Women can have dysfunctional masculine energy too and model those same behaviors. But I'm just getting like, I feel like this is I'm getting for a lot of you guys, this is like, this person that you're tuning into has a very, I would say, distorted masculine way of viewing this. Like, it's like they're very ego-based. They're very like paying attention to who wins and who loses. And if you're a guy asking about a girl, it could be a girl who, again, is in a distorted masculine energy, or is kind of, just definitely wants revenge on you somehow. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like this person, I feel like what was left unsaid is that they have so much deep emotions towards you. We did get the Two of Cups reversed. So there is real love here. We also got the Ten of Cups. And there's real, like, again, this person was really imagining something long-term with you. They really were imagining something like permanent, like a permanent relationship, possible marriage, kids, the whole thing. And their feelings for you still, I think for most of them, are just as strong. But I think that they bury it a lot, would be my guess. Like, if you ask them, they would probably say like, no, I don't even think about that person anymore. Like, I don't remember that name. Because they're very into convincing the world that they were the ones who won, they're the ones who were in control, and that, they didn't really care, and they weren't heartbroken, and their ego isn't bruised, So let me get some more cards. I'm trying to shuffle it away from the mic because it's kind of, I know it can be really loud. I'm kind of new to using a microphone, so I'm still learning. Spirit, do you have anything to say from this deck? I'm just shuffling. Spiritual maturity reverse. So yeah, this person is, like I kept saying, they are immature, and they definitely are immature. And we got the divine masculine, which is what I was talking about. But this is definitely not what I'm surprised that wasn't reversed. I think it should be reversed. Maybe this is what they're trying to grow into, or maybe this will be their end of the road, but this is not the energy they're in currently. They are definitely in more of a distorted masculine energy currently. And I definitely think compatibility reversed. I definitely think, so what's interesting about this card is I get this card upright whenever it's a situation where the guy really looks up to the girl and really has a ton of respect for her and like thinks she's just like the most amazing person. And we got it reversed. And so again, I feel like the energy of this situation is that this guy, I almost feel like they took you for granted. Like, as much as they liked you and as much as they planned a future with you, again, I keep getting this energy of like it being like a sure thing, or them thinking like, of course they'll be with me, I don't even have to try that hard. That might be why this person didn't reach out to you, is because I feel like they kind of just assumed that it would just fall into place. We got the divine feminine reversed. I feel like these should be swapped, but I'm going to leave it as, I'm going to be leaving it as it is. But yeah, this to me, I feel like you're more in your divine feminine energy. This person is more in their distorted masculine energy. And maybe it could be a growth process for them to come into more of like a positive alignment with masculinity, because there's nothing wrong with masculinity. And I'm like not trying to, villainize positive masculinity. But what I do have an issue with is when someone like can't deal with their emotions and they kind of turn it into like going to war. They don't know how to honor. And that might be why this is reversed, actually, because sometimes distorted masculinity can result in someone not knowing how to honor the divine masculine and like being threatened by it. So that when like a powerful, very spiritually tuned in woman shows up, you know, a distorted man will act by being like disrespectful or rude or dismissive or just not knowing how to handle it and kind of reacting with like immaturity. And I feel like maybe that's what happened here. Like I'm getting the energy that maybe you guys wanted them to step up, or you expected them to step up, or there was that thing where you weren't willing to like I feel like you weren't willing to kind of stoop down to their level, whatever they wanted from you. Maybe they wanted you to ask them out, or maybe they wanted you to do certain things that you weren't comfortable with. But I feel like, again, they're so drawn to you, but then they also resent you kind of for your power, and they resent you. And it could be this divine femininity that they are not really capable of honoring. And they feel a little bit threatened by, because again, like I feel like with so many distorted masculine types, it's just, they're constantly in a state of like defensiveness, in a state of like not of taking everything kind of personally. Like someone could just ask them like, what are you eating for lunch? And they're like, I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly. Why? What's wrong with that? Would you have a problem with peanut butter? You don't like jelly? Like, it's like, you know what I mean? And I feel like this person might have, it's like they were extra sensitive. Their ego was on like alert at all times with you. And they kind of, again, this is why I think they blamed you, and they have a very immature way of looking back at the relationship, where like if someone asked them what went wrong, they would probably like blame you and just say that like it was totally your fault, and like make up some story about like, last time I saw her, she begged me to come back, but I said no, or something. Like, again, this person is very focused on their ego and how they are perceived by the world. Can we get one more card for pile 1? So we got diligence. So we got adventures, love reversed, wisdom reversed, and diligence. So I'm not surprised love and wisdom are reversed, because I feel like this person isn't really aware of how to love in a productive and healthy way. Like they have an idea of love and they're trying to love, but they're not really aware of how exactly to have like that divine, truly respectful, truly reverent love where someone can feel totally safe. Like that's not what's going on here. I think this person was kind of looking out a lot for themselves and thinking about what they wanted, and it's almost like they didn't stop to consider what you wanted, but their emotions are still very tuned into you and still very hung up on you. They still really are attracted to you, think about you all the time. They're definitely still tuned into you, and I think having a very difficult time moving on. I think they've made that intention, but it hasn't happened yet. They still think about you a lot. They're still very focused on you. And I feel like if they're dating others, they still also like sexually fantasize about you a lot. Not that this is going to be an 18 plus reading, because it's not, but and I just pulled out, I dream about you. So, okay, exactly. And they might dream about you as well. Their thoughts are still definitely all about you. That's for sure. Oh, and I speak to you through music. So same, this person is just thinking about you a lot. It's almost like an addictive energy. I carry you in my heart. I feel betrayed by you. Yeah, see, that's the victim mentality coming in. I think about you all the time. Like I said, they really think about you a lot. That's just really coming in very strong. And I've got a 1-track mind. And that's kind of my cue, because it's from a Chromeo song, 1-track mind, which you can look up if you'd like to listen to it. It's a great song. And it's kind of like a sexy song. So that, for me, it's definitely a sexy song. So this is my card that tells me that this person is sexually thinking of you a lot, which I'm not surprised from the cards. I definitely think this person sexually fantasizes about you for sure. So it's almost like they make this intention of like, I'm not thinking about them anymore, I'm gonna move on, but their mind keeps coming back to you, keeps pulling them back in. And I feel like their thoughts about you, like it's almost like they may try to have sexual thoughts about others, but they just can't. Like it's like you keep popping into their head. They just feel so drawn to you, even after, again, their ego's been wounded and they feel like, done wrong by you. It's almost like I feel like that's frustrating to this person, because they're like, I shouldn't care about this person anymore. I shouldn't still be so obsessed with them. And yet, even after everything they've done, I'm still obsessed. So let me get some Astro Dice. Astro Dice, can you tell us something about pile 1 and their person and the things that were left unsaid? So we got the Sun, we got Aries, and we got the 10th house. And so like I kept talking about Mars energy rules Aries, and that doesn't surprise me, because I do feel like this person's way of dealing with their emotions is to get very like aggro fight. And so I feel like that's why this person has morphed all their emotions, which are so strong when it comes to you, into like this kind of like angry energy. It's because it's just easier for them to process their sadness that way than it is for them to admit that they kind of took an L and that things didn't work out. I'm hearing like could have been, should have been, would have been. So I feel like this person does think about like things should have turned out differently, and they had this idea in their head of the relationship and how beautiful it was going to be, and so that causes them a lot of pain. But I just wish they could like go to a therapist, talk about it in a constructive way, deal with those emotions honestly, rather than this kind of fake blaming you, getting mad at you, holding a grudge type energy, all while still sexually fantasizing about you. It's like, come on, that's just, to me, I feel like it is immature, and they need to be honest with themselves. And that I couldn't see this relationship blossoming and coming into the kind of beautiful outcome that this person wants unless this person was willing to really be honest about their feelings and admit how much they wanted from you, and just that they were really hurt when it didn't happen. Because there's nothing wrong with feeling hurt. There's nothing wrong with reminiscing or wishing things had been different, but it's just not a mature energy to be, thinking about you as if like that jerk, she lied and she blah blah blah, and blaming you to others and turning you into like this villain in their mind. That's just really immature, and it doesn't really make the recipe for a long-term relationship. Frankly, I would worry about you, because I feel like, this person wouldn't, there's so much resentment now that they've tied into this, that I wouldn't want them to get around you. And as much as they may actually have strong, powerful emotions for you, I wouldn't want them to get around you and again have this immature way of expressing it that is like thinly disguised like emotions, but it's behind anger, it's behind resentment, and all this stuff that they're kind of bringing. So we also got the 10th house, which is career house. It's ruled by Saturn and Capricorn. And I feel like that's, again, the same vibe. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, and Capricorn is super strategic. And I feel like this person has an easier time funneling their emotions through that lens than through actually being honest about their emotions and kind of going into the water sign energy. And also the Sun ruled by Leo, that's like energy. This person has a lot of energy, but I really would like them to get more in touch with their water sign kind of vibe. Like maybe not Scorpio, because there's already a lot of Scorpio energy here, but but maybe some Pisces and Cancer would be nice. Just, being able to talk about your emotions, that's always a good thing. I actually think you guys are much more in tune with your emotions, or at least that's what this person is saying, that you are very in tune with your emotions and you are an emotional person. And it's something this person really respects about you. So I pulled 3 more cards and they were I love you, which is such a powerful, beautiful card. And obviously you don't need me to tell you what that means. So like I said, this person has a lot of deep emotions towards you. And this anger is just kind of a facade. And then have faith, trust your faith in this situation. And relationship patterns, it takes strength to recognize the need for change. I do think this person needs to change how they deal with relationships. This very well could have been their first major relationship. I'm not saying that they never dated before or had other relationships, but I feel like this person never felt as strongly towards anyone else as they do towards you. And this is definitely the strongest they've ever felt. And it's almost like they didn't know how to handle it. I think they really thought that when they felt this way about someone, that it's almost like it would be magic and everything would fall into place. And sometimes that is how it works out. But I really think this person has a lot of work to do with themselves and just growing up and becoming more mature. They can totally grow out of this energy of the distorted masculine and move into the upright, divine masculine, which is the card we got. And I do think that's definitely a potential for this person. It's just that right now they're not in that energy. They might be a little too young, too immature, and maybe that's the path that they're on. But I would definitely need to see some growth before I recommended you guys to get back together with this person. They're just a little for me personally, I really hate when someone's go-to response to pain is anger. It's okay, everyone gets upset and that's totally healthy and normal, but I think when we can learn to process that and process those emotions kind of healthily and just feel the emotions and let them run through us, that becomes a lot healthier way of managing disappointment or pain than going straight to anger and getting mad. And I just feel like this person, they feel so strongly towards you. And it's very flattering because they're definitely in love and they definitely feel very strongly towards you. But when we can't express that healthily, it can be a problem and it can be obsessive. And I do feel like this person was a little bit obsessed with you. And that's why their emotions now are just way too much. And so I would love to see them just learn to grow a little bit. And maybe that's why this separation has happened, is to make this person kind of work on themselves and then you guys can reunite. I'm not sure, but it does say have faith and trust. So it could be one of those situations where spirit is kind of working something out and, clicking everything into place. I'm not sure. I feel like it does depend, and there's different people in different groups in this reading, but I do think you guys should trust that you guys are being protected and that your angels are around you. So they will help to make sure that whatever is supposed to happen and will be the best outcome for you, that's what they'll do. So whether you guys end up together or separate, know that it is the right direction, and that your team of guides on the other side are for sure kind of managing this, handling this, and keeping you guys in the position that is the best in each other's lives for, your own good. So yeah, this is really interesting. I mean, this person, their emotions towards you are super strong, super intense. I do think there's definitely an addictive energy here, and this person probably stalks your social media and probably is checking in with you a lot, and making sure they kind of know what's going on with you, because again, even though I feel like they've made the intention to move on, I just don't see that happening anytime soon. Not emotionally, maybe, physically they will be actually going out on dates, but not emotionally. They are just way too tied up with you. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it did. Please let me know if it resonated. I love hearing your individual stories about what happened in your relationships, situationships, crushes, exes, all of the above. So please let me know if it did. And also if you have any reading ideas, I love helping you guys. So I always want to do readings that will help you in whatever way I can. So let me know if you guys have a specific idea. Post it in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. I post these videos every few days. So if you want to see more, make sure you're subbed. And I am sending you guys so much love and light. Oh, and let me know about the microphone. I hope it wasn't too loud, especially with the shuffling. But yeah, I will be back very shortly for another reading, and I will see you guys then. Have a happy eclipse season, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile twos. This is your reading if you picked this vanilla cake. It looks super pretty. I don't know if you guys can also tell, but I got a new microphone, so please let me know if you like it or if you liked the old way of doing things. I worry that this might be a little loud. It's actually also raining outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but hopefully the audio is good. And let's get into your reading and hear what your person left unsaid. So first of all, we got the King of Cups. We got the 10 of Cups reversed. We got Temperance. We got the Empress. We got the 4 of Pentacles. We got Death. We got the King of Pentacles reversed, the Chariot, the Star, the 6 of Cups reversed, the 5 of Swords, the Magician, and finally the 8 of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is that this person, the feeling I get is that, like, first of all, we got so many major arcana cards. I feel like this person had a lot of deep emotions and respect for you. They view you as this beautiful star and like the Empress energy. So they view you as like quite the significant, powerful figure. In their mind, you're kind of like a goddess energy. But there's also cards that kind of indicate that obviously like it didn't work out for a lot of you. That this person had an idea of how things were going to turn out long term, or being in a relationship with you that didn't happen. And I feel like this person had a very hard time moving on. The overall vibe I'm getting from the end is this person feels like they are still working on it. They still intend to come to you and to actually make a move. So I don't feel like this reading, even though we have some negativity cards and we have the Death card, I actually feel like this person has not, it's not like they are like, oh, it's over and that's it and it ended and I'm moving on. That is not the energy. I feel like this person actually is intending to come back. I'm hearing in my mind, I'm working on it. So I feel like this person has every intention of reappearing in your life, or if they're with you currently, which it could be for some of you, of working on the relationship. It seems to me like this person has reflected and made some changes to themselves. Like they view you as so powerful and kind of beautiful, but then they also feel like they have kind of taken note of some of their flaws, and it's almost like they've taken some responsibility for certain things in the relationship that they did wrong. There is an element of fighting or kind of dishonesty going on, so I don't know what that would be. Maybe you guys had a disagreement or an argument, or maybe they were dishonest with you about something. Maybe they, you found out from someone that like they had told you they were going to bed early and they were out at a club or something. I don't know, but I feel like this person has done reflection on that, and they have taken account of it, and they're not like, oh, like a lot of times in these readings, it's like I call it the innocent angel story. Like, it's like, I did nothing and it was all them. And like, of course, sometimes that is the case. And someone has the misfortune of getting involved with like a narcissist or someone who is genuinely has horrible intentions. That actually does happen. But a lot of times too, like people don't want to admit their part in things. So it's kind of up to us as the tarot reader or the psychic to try to kind of figure out what the truth is. I feel like this person is more okay with like acknowledging what they did wrong and and they're not like blaming you as much, which I love to see that. That makes me happy. I feel like that is the mature way of doing things. So yeah, this person, I feel like they have a lot of ideas of like what it would mean to be with you and kind of like the perfect scenarios that they would set up. I feel like this person has kind of fantasies of coming back together with you, or if you guys, I could see this energy seems like some of you guys would still be together with this person. But I feel like this person they're definitely like actively kind of imagining getting back together, or what it would be like if you guys did certain things. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting not necessarily sexual things, but like more like, oh, like it would be so fun to do a picnic. This type of weather would be perfect for a picnic with them. Or, you know, like they see something on Instagram of like a couple traveling to Paris and taking a photo in front of the Eiffel Tower, and they're like, oh, that would be so great to do with them, kind of a thing. Like I feel like this person, it's interesting because I'm getting some ending energy, but I'm also getting like full intention to have things keep going. So I'm kind of having a hard time knowing what's going on, because I'm like, okay, which is it? Are you guys broken up, or are you guys still together? I feel like this person, in their mind, it's like both. Like they're acknowledging that they messed up, or that you guys aren't joined the way you should be, but they're also they're not even like it's not like they don't care, but I feel like their mind and intention is on fixing things and putting things back together. So they're not like letting their mind go crazy with ideas of like, it's horrible, we broke up, it's the end of the world. And I actually think that's super mature, and that could be why we got the King of Cups, which really is about emotional maturity and handling your emotions really strongly, and being very like in control of them in a positive way, because emotions are a gift. And a lot of times when people say control your emotions, they mean like cut them off and don't listen to your emotions, which is such bad advice, because your emotions are such a gift, especially for people who haven't started developing your psychic abilities. A lot of times your emotions that you get, they are a key to your psychic abilities. It's a different chakra, but it's giving you that strong indication. If you always feel weird when you're around someone, that's a sign that you shouldn't be around them. If you always feel happy, that's the other side of the coin. That's a good sign. And so your emotions say a lot. So it's not that we should totally cut them off, but I feel like this person is managing them very, very well. And they are just kind of acknowledging them and then being like, so anyway, moving on, I've made this intention to change. Like, I was really sad, but then I worked through it, and it's very positive, actually, the way they're handling it. Although it's easier to do these readings when someone comes across like going crazy with a certain emotion. So, maybe pile two's person, your spirit guides, can be a little more forthcoming with your emotions. So what else did you leave unsaid, pile two? What did their person leave unsaid? So we got judgment reversed. And we had also, I didn't mention that we have so far gotten the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, Death reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed, and then finally the Judgment reversed. So what else do we have to say? We got the 8 of Swords reversed. So I feel like this person... And we also got the World, and we got the Empress again. And this time the Empress is reversed. But I think this person just has like a ton of respect for you. We got so many major arcanas. We got the World, we got the Empress, we got the Star. This person really views you as kind of like an angel. We also got Temperance, which is an angel. This person has so much respect for you. I feel like what they're saying is that you just have a lot bringing to the table. It's not just that they're sexually attracted to you, or that you're kind of sweet but not intimidating, or that you are intimidating but you could work on being sweeter. It's like you're bringing everything to the table, and that's what this person is so attracted to, is like they just feel like you're kind of like perfect, in their mind. They feel like you kind of have it all. I feel like you guys are a sweet energy, but you're also the type who can like call someone out and be like, you're out of line, or you kind of know what you want and you kind of have this like decisive quality to you where you are not the type to suffer fools, or to, if someone's acting badly, you're not the type to tolerate it. You're very confident and strong in your power. And I really love that about you guys. You guys feel very balanced. Actually, both sides feel very emotionally balanced and strong and kind of evolved. You guys might be like on the other side, you guys have spent lifetimes together and you guys have manifested in this realm a few times, because I do feel like you guys have a heightened spiritual awareness, and so does your partner. Both of you guys are mature. There's not like an immature, childish energy going on here. And so this person, I feel they are acknowledging that you bring so much to the table. And I think if there's one thing that this person might have left unsaid, it would be how much respect they have for you and how much they really almost look up to you as the energy. You might be slightly older than this person, but they definitely look up to you, and they definitely have a lot of regard for you. You know, they value your opinion, they value your judgment. They really see you as this kind of prize, like this, like not a prize like a trophy wife or a like frivolous person, but they just see you as really someone who has like accomplished a lot, who's done a lot, who's very successful, and kind of like the fact that you would be with them is a badge of honor for them. And so they're kind of putting that out there. They just want you to, I guess, be aware of that how much you bring to the table. I feel like that's also something that you would want from a partner. Like, it's almost like you demand respect, and you won't tolerate when someone is coming to you kind of sideways with like a bad, shabby offer and acting dysfunctional. You know, in so many readings, we get dysfunctional energy. And, you know, it's like one side is acting crazy and just not being forthright, or just kind of doing immature stuff. And I feel like you would never tolerate that. Like, you guys would just be like, no, no, not today, not ever. And you don't have time for it. And I feel like you guys are a little bit spiritually advanced. And so that might be why both of you are really drawn to each other, is because I feel like when you're kind of at your level, it's rare for you to meet someone who also like understands all the things you guys are doing. So I feel like this person is currently in the process of spiritual growth and working on themselves. They're acknowledging that they have been immature and that they need to grow to kind of get on your level. And that's something that they are actively working on. And that's something that they're really trying hard to do. I feel like they were very hurt when you guys didn't work out the way they had imagined, but it's like they handled their emotion very well. They kind of just let it flow through them. And now they're like, okay, so what am I going to do about it? Like, okay, so what now? You know? And they're not staying and dwelling on their emotions and kind of, you know, drinking and going crazy and, you know, ripping their hair out. They are very, okay, on to the next. So what am I going to do about it? And I feel like they are trying to work on improving themselves so they can get back together with you, or if you guys are already together, this is just something this person is undertaking to improve in their lives. And this might be my pile where it's less energy of like exes or breakups, because it does feel like this feels like a very current energy. So it could be that you guys never broke up, or this is not someone from your past or a no contact situation. This might be someone you are actively involved with, but either way, I feel like this person is working on themselves and they want you to know that. And a lot of their motivation for working on themselves comes from you and comes from how much regard they have for you. It's like they've learned a lot from you, and you know, they just want to be the kind of person that like is on your level, that they can I feel like they want to please you in more ways than one. Like, yes, sexually, but also in general in life, they want to bring a lot to the table for you so that, you know, they can be on your level. I keep getting just like, get on my level, be on my level, whatever. And so I think that that's a major motivator for this person. They see you just like lighting the world on fire and bringing so much, and it's inspired them to kind of take those steps. Let me get some more cards for pile 2. What was left unsaid? And I hope it's not too loud in the microphone now. Resolving conflict, worthiness, connection reversed. What is going on? What was left unsaid for pile 2? Manifestation reversed. The divine feminine. Any more cards? The sacred woman. Okay, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Okay, we got that card, which I literally was just saying in pile 1, and we got forgiveness reversed. The compatibility card comes out a lot for me when there is like a man who is really looking up to the woman, like, and just thinks she's amazing. So it doesn't surprise me that you guys got this card, and kind of perceives himself as like underneath her in some way, not necessarily in a bad way, but just like she's kind of in his mind just like this beautiful, like just above him in some way. And I feel like that is what's going on here. This person just really sees you as just like just the center of their universe in a way. I feel like even if like they saw a supermodel on the street or something, they wouldn't even like glance twice, because they only have eyes for you guys. Like, they just see you as so beautiful and so perfect. And also, I feel like they really are acknowledging that you are spiritual. You guys might be like spiritually advanced, good manifestors. We got a bunch of cards about manifestation. So you guys might be into kind of metaphysical stuff with manifestation or tarot or oracle cards or whatever, you know, astrology, etc. But they are acknowledging you as being spiritually advanced and spiritually powerful. Like, I'm getting like, I don't know, a high priestess kind of vibe. We didn't get the high priestess, but I'm kind of surprised because I could definitely see that. You guys also, though, might be kind of like not, I feel like a lot of you guys wouldn't be super out there with that. Like, you wouldn't necessarily be that, you know, person wearing a ton of crystals and like long flowy like cotton dresses and dyed in natural shades with like, you know, you might not look like a hippie, and you might not be forthright with people about like being into some of the spiritual stuff. So you might come off to people like you are just kind of buttoned up, and you got, you know, like you're kind of like a girl boss kind of energy, like you just are very smart, very intelligent. I feel like, yeah, you guys might not project to the world that you are spiritually into all the things you're into, but I think that this person likes that about you. It's like kind of like lady in the street, freak in the sheets, but like with manifestation and spiritual stuff. You guys are like businesswoman in the streets, master manifestor in the sheets, like kind of energy. Like in private, I feel like you guys have these spiritual practices, but you're not the type to, you know, tell everyone about it and ask someone about what's your astrology chart when you met them within 30 seconds. Like, you are more someone who, like, you know, plays it close to the vest and is kind of putting an energy out there of being very what's the word, like competent, very intelligent. And so a lot of people, since they are judgmental about the spiritual stuff, you know how to present yourself in a way that no one's going to kind of raise their eyebrows or be like, they seem a little kooky. So yeah, this person really respects how you move through the world, the impact you make, the kind of like first impressions you leave on people. And I feel like that's why this person kind of imagines one day maybe having a family with you or marriage, because it's like, wow, they really respect how you carry yourself, how you talk to people, you know, all of those things. They really respect that. And you guys also do have a psychic connection going back and forth between you guys. So it's like, I feel like they have gotten a lot of growth from this relationship. I'm actually going to say, like, I really do feel like this is like a twin flame or soulmate situation. I feel like you guys do know each other from other lifetimes or something, or you knew each other. Like, you guys connect on the astral plane. And I feel like I'm starting to understand this pile more, why I was saying you guys are both spiritually advanced. I think you guys, this is like a karmic, or like, you guys made plans on the other side of like, we are going to meet up in this lifetime. I will meet you in Tennessee at age 21 when we go to college together, or whatever, we have a college class together, or at age, you know, 28 when we are in work together, or 34, or whatever age you guys meet at. I feel like you guys definitely made plans on the other side of meeting up, and you guys are helping each other grow. But there's this deep familiarity, I feel, between you guys. And again, this person really has so much respect for you, which is really sweet, because so many times in relationship readings, you'll get that there's a lot of attraction, or there's a lot of sexual pull, or there's a lot of like really liking someone, but it's almost like the respect is missing. And like, respect is its own energy, and it's a separate energy. And it's like, if you don't have that respect where like someone says something and you really listen to it and you really take it seriously, and you're not just like, oh my God, you're so dramatic or whatever. You know, you have to really honor the other person on a certain level, really respect and truly value them, and really like take them seriously. And I feel like that is the energy here. Like, this person just really, like, anything you would say, they hold it in high regard. They're gonna like listen and pay attention and kind of honor it. They're not gonna be like, oh, well, like, what did you just say? Oh yeah, I wasn't listening. Or, you know, forget about anniversaries, or kind of roll their eyes when you're like, I'm really into this band. They're going to be like, what's the band name? Oh, let's go watch videos. Yeah, like I'm totally down. And they're not faking it or just trying to like humor you, or just doing that thing where in the early stages of a relationship, you know, you're on your best behavior, and you're going to be like a lot more friendly and nice about it. And you're going to be like, sure, I'll watch those videos. Oh, I love them. It's great. Even if you don't mean it. This person really means it. Like, they really, it's like, if you're interested in something, they're interested, because they're that interested in you, and they value your judgment. Like, for me, I have a family member who's super, super smart. And whenever this family member tells me something, I take it super seriously. And if they're like, oh, I'm into this kind of a show, sometimes it's not my cup of tea, and I might not watch because I'm just like, oh, like I don't like certain like genres that they're into. But for the most part, if they tell me something, I take it extremely seriously. It has a lot of weight in my mind, and I'm like, oh, ooh, okay, let me take a second look at that. Or what's that thing? Oh, okay, let me write that name down, and I'll at least do a Google search, see if it's a genre I like, and if it is, I'm watching it. You know, it's like, I feel like this person has that kind of respect or attitude towards you. Like, when you speak, they are listening, and your words carry a lot of weight with them. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but this person definitely kind of looks up to you, kind of has like it's almost like a mentor energy, or like what's the word? Like, you're the mentor, and they're looking up to you, and they're learning from you. Focus. We got focus. What was left unsaid for pile 2? Leadership. See, that's what I'm saying. This person, you kind of lead things, and this person is acknowledging it. They really like that about you. Trust, reversed. But I don't know if I'm doing reversals for this deck. I'm leaning towards no. So we got success, we got trust. Yeah, this person sees you as very successful. I feel like they also see you as just having so much potential to be successful. Like they just feel like if they were to link up with you, that their life would be a big success. And I'm not meaning like they're a gold digger or they're trying to like use you. I just think they have so much respect for your energy. They really feel like they could learn from you. It's kind of like, you know, how someone will have a mentor and they'll be like, I became obsessed with someone's like point of view. And then there's people that fake having mentors and fake respecting someone to get money. But a lot of times when someone has a mentor, they genuinely look up to them and they genuinely take everything they say with so much weight and so much focus. And it's like, I feel like that's what this person feels like. Like they feel like if they could link up with you, they could genuinely learn so much from you on every level. And they really, that excites them. You know, I think they have an actually very mature way of looking at things, because I feel like when it comes to a partner, they're looking for someone they can really learn from. And it's not just about the sex or about the excitement or about the butterflies. I feel like this person is very sexually drawn to you, but it's like it goes down a lot deeper. It has like a deeper foundation that will last even if, you know, the sex dried up for a couple years or however long, or something you guys got somehow separated. You guys would be that couple that could like make it through whatever, because you guys are very committed to each other. And so if you guys are in separation, again, I could definitely see you guys coming out of it, because this person is saying to me that they are committed to getting back together with you and they have every intention. They're working on themselves currently, but if they're not approaching and you guys aren't in contact with them right now, they have every intention of getting back together and being back in contact with you. So let's get some Astro Dice for pile 2. Astro Dice, can you tell us what's going on here? What was left unsaid? So we got the 10th house, we got Venus, and we got Virgo. So yeah, first of all, Venus rules love, obviously, and there is just a lot of love here. Like I feel like there is very advanced love. This is very high level love. It's not just, you know, schoolyard crush, although that there is that feeling of that. I feel like this person does have butterflies with you. They do have kind of like they are very attracted to you, and they're like, again, it's not that they're like, oh, I just respect this person, but they don't look that great, but I'll take it anyway. They really feel like you bring everything to the table. Like it's like they're enthralled. They're liking it all, you know. Yeah, I feel like it's like when you go to, like, I stayed at a hotel recently, and when I like got to the hotel, I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. And I loved the outside. And then we went inside and I was like, oh my God, I love the lobby. And then we went to the elevators, and I'm an excitable person, so maybe not everyone gets so excited about elevators, but I was like, oh, I love the way they did these elevators. And of course we get in the room, and I loved my room, and I was kind of nervous just because in the elevator, I was like, I've been so happy so far. Like, I'm probably going to hate my room just because, you know, just the luck of the draw or whatever. Like, that just somehow seems to happen to me because I have strong Saturn in my chart. So I was like, I'm probably just going to get like a bad room, but whatever. And I went into the room and I like loved it. And I had like this amazing view. It was super high up, which I love. And the room was like so quiet, so comfy. It was just like the perfect hotel space for me. And that's what is coming to mind. Like, when I say this person respects you, it's not to say that they are not sexually attracted to you. I just feel like it's like they like it all. It's like me going to that hotel. I liked it all, and it wasn't me faking or me being like, well, I love the elevator so much, so I'll be positive about the room. I loved the room too. I really did. I loved it all. And I feel like that's what's going on here. This person literally is excited by everything you have going on. There's not one thing that they're like, well, that kind of sucks. Like, well, I guess I'll tolerate it. They really just like everything. I know that's kind of boring, but it's not boring. It's boring to say sometimes during these readings, because again, I feel like we all, you know, it's more dramatic when there's something off or whatever. But I think in relationships, it's so much nicer and so much better to be with someone that really likes you as a person and really likes everything you have going on, because then we don't have to change, we don't have to, have that insecurity seep into things. So it's very positive. And then we got 10th house, and we also got Virgo. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and it's all about, I think Virgo is about a lot of things, but one of the things that Virgo really is about is kind of looking at things critically and taking a look on how they can be improved. And I feel like that's what this person is doing with themselves. They are really trying to improve themselves to kind of get on your level and to be more of the kind of person you would like. So I really think that that's what this person is doing. If you guys are not in contact, like, trust that this person is working on themselves as a way to kind of get to you. They might be like looking at your Instagram every time before they go to the gym. You know what I mean? Like, as a way to get themselves motivated. They are definitely very motivated by the idea of being with you, and it definitely kind of gives them that nextra. I think I just made a new word, nextra, combination next and extra, but anyway, extra energy they need to get get kind of focus and get their eyes on the prize. Same energy is with 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn. So yeah, this person is definitely making an intention to get back together with you, to come to you. They definitely are willing to do the work to make that happen. When it comes to my little cards, what do we have to say about pile 2? What do you have to say about pile 2 and what was left unsaid? I wish things could have been different. What does pile 2's person, what would they say? What was left unsaid? I think about you all the time. Doesn't surprise me. I am in awe of you. Okay. I'm not surprised we got that. Please tell me you'll never leave me. Do we have any more messages for pile 2? Do you have any more messages for pile 2? Oh my God. Wow. I need space and time to work on myself. I actually haven't pulled these in a little while, and I didn't even know I wrote that. And that is like the perfect one for this. Like, this person is for sure working on themselves for you. I've got a 1-track mind. Anything else? Okay. So we got, I dream about you. And also, I speak to you through music. So yeah, this person, you're definitely on their mind a lot. They definitely think of you all the time. And like I said, use you as motivation for how they, get themselves excited about things, how they get themselves going. They definitely have so much respect for you, and I just keep hearing like Level Up by Beyonce, like level up, level up, level up. I feel like this person is working on themselves to try to get to you, and I could definitely see them approaching you with an offer in the future. You guys even this might be some of you guys might be in a current relationship with this person, in which case it's very positive, and I do think that this person is working on improving themselves for you, and they just have so much respect for you. But yeah, this person is very mature, and I'm definitely getting twin flame energy, soulmate energy. I'm definitely getting that you guys knew each other in a past lifetime, because again, there's so much like deep understanding between you guys. I feel like both of you guys are so non-judgmental towards each other, and so accepting towards each other, and so loving towards each other, and it's really lovely to see, in all honesty. Like, I feel like both of you guys bring out the best in each other, see the best. What I love about this person's level of respect for you is that they really choose. I was just thinking about this today, and so it's so funny because a lot of times right before my readings, these things that apply so perfectly will pop into my head, and then I do the reading and I'm like, oh, that's why I was thinking about that for a half hour today randomly. But I was thinking today that I feel like it's so important in relationships to choose to see the best in the person, because we can at any moment, it's not to say you should put your blinders on and tolerate nasty, evil behavior, because some people really need to learn the opposite, and they need to learn to respect themselves and not tolerate trashy behavior. However, I think sometimes in relationships we can choose to see like the positive or negative, or you can be the type of person who's with someone who sees only the negative in you. And if you're like staring off into space. They're kind of like, hello, what are you doing? What's going on? Like, what's wrong? Are you looking at your phone again? Are you ignoring me? You know, and like constantly go to a negative place. Or you can be staring off into space and the person might be like, oh my God, what are you thinking about? You're so mysterious. I love how your mind works. Are you imagining another beautiful creative project? You know what I mean? There's so many tiny little things that we can take as a positive or a negative. And I feel like that seeps into our consciousness, our ideas of ourselves. And you can really have your, self-esteem brought up by a relationship or brought down. And I just feel like this person really sees the best in you. They really understand you on a deep level, and they really just view you as like so great. And I just love that, because there's so many people that try to bring us down in this world, so many people that try to see the worst in us, want to imagine a bad scenario, want to start fights because who knows, they're bored, whatever. And I just feel like it's really lovely to see a relationship like this where both sides are really happy for the other person, like enthusiastic about them, kind of like their biggest fan. And I really just love this, and especially this person's attitude towards you. It's really beautiful, and I feel like you can blossom and turn into, you might have found that since you met this person, like your confidence is suddenly like on fleek is coming to mind, which is not a word I usually use, but I feel like it will put your confidence on fleek. You are suddenly like, oh, I'm feeling myself. And wow, I didn't know I was so good at this, or yeah, I look really good today. It's like when we see each other through the eyes of someone that really loves us, really understands us, that is the greatest gift ever. And I'm seeing that in this card. So that might be, if this is an ex or a past situation that you guys aren't in contact with, it might have been something that you feel like you can't quite move on because the way they looked at you and the way you saw yourself through their eyes was so beautiful and so divine. And that's a beautiful energy. And so don't feel like, oh, well, I need to move on if we're not in contact anymore, because this is very pure, and it's okay for you to stay tuned into this energy right now, because again, I feel like this person very well might be coming back into your life, but even if they don't, I love the way they view you, and we should all view ourselves this way, in a positive way, seeing the best in us. And a lot of times that kind of gets beaten out of us by society or by our parents or whatever. But this is just so much positivity, and I really love it. And I think that you should claim this. And Empress energy that this person sees you as having, this person sees you as so powerful, so wonderful, so beautiful. And I just think it's beautiful. And they see you as like divine feminine, and definitely claim that, and definitely be in that energy, because you guys deserve that. And it's really beautiful, and I'm loving it. I'm loving how this person views you, and I feel like they see you in the best way, which is exactly how we should view our romantic partners. So it's really lovely. Thank you guys for letting me tune into this. It was actually very refreshing and energizing, because sometimes these readings can get a little bit crazy and you're like, oh my God, did I just enter into an episode of Jerry Springer, or what the heck happened? And you need to take several salt baths afterwards. But this is not the case. This is a beautiful connection, and I'm happy to get to even just tune in for a moment. So thank you guys for letting me in. Please let me know if it resonated. I love hearing your stories and stuff. And also if you have any ideas for readings, I'm always looking for them in the comments, because I do want to do readings that can help you guys in whatever way. So if you have an idea, drop it down below, and make sure to like and subscribe, because I post these videos every few days. So if you want to see more, make sure you're subbed. Oh, and let me know if you liked the microphone, because I do want to know if it's too loud when I'm shuffling or if it sounds good. But I will be back very shortly, sending you guys a lot of love and light. Although you get enough from this person, so maybe you don't need mine. But anyway, have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile 3. So if you guys picked this beautiful lime green cake, this is going to be your reading. To me, this looks like it would be like lime flavored, or maybe key lime, matcha, or kiwi, but it looks really good. Oh, and it's got the little berries on top, and the cream in case you care, like me, about fake food. So I pre-pulled cards. Oh, and I also got a new microphone. So if you guys have any thoughts on the microphone, if it's too loud or you liked it before or you like it now, please let me know. I'm always interested to hear, your guys' opinions. So let's get into the reading. So far we have the Two of Cups reversed, the Seven of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, the Magician reversed, the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Fool, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords reversed. I'm not sure whether the Two of Cups was reversed or not actually, but either way, we'll just do the reading regardless, and it still kind of works. So I feel like this person, for them, they perceived, first of all, there being a lot of kind of like competition around you. I feel like this person, there's this aspect of like, I feel like maybe they reflect back now, and there also could have been this aspect of like, I feel like so these cards can represent different things, but what I'm kind of getting is that this person perceived there being a lot of competition around you, and like to get to you, that they would have to be almost underhanded, or they would have to kind of maybe do things that weren't completely honest, or maybe that was something they perceived from others. Yeah, that would make more sense. I feel like with this energy, it's more like this is some of their worries, is that they see people being sneaky around you. You know how like you'll hear about those boyfriends that will say things like, well, it's not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust other guys, or I know how guys are, or whatever. I feel like that's like what this person is kind of alluding to. Like in their mind, there is this aspect of other people like trying to get to you and being dishonest, or being willing to like kind of like lie, cheat, steal, whatever it takes to get to you. And it upsets this person. I feel like they are not used to like that level of competition, and they don't like it. Like, and so they brought it up multiple times in this reading. Like, it's kind of like, they're like, this is not fair. I'm thinking of like an interview I saw with some celebrity guy a few years ago, and he said something like, isn't that always the case? Whenever you have a girlfriend, there's always some guy that has to come popping up and trying to like date her. And it's like, he was like, he was so annoyed by it. And he was like, it's just so like distasteful. It's just so like low down. And I feel like that's kind of what this person is talking about. Like, they feel like other people should have respected you guys more, and yet other people have tried to get in the way of things. So it could also be like one of your friends or something, but this person is basically saying that it was like they had to like defend themselves or defend the relationship against others. Let me pull some more cards. What was left unsaid with pile 3? So we got the Three of Pentacles again. So yeah, I feel like we got the Three of Pentacles and we got the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like this person, it's almost like and we got the Two of Wands. It's almost like they had to defend you against the world, and they were kind of focused on you, but they felt like there were a lot of people that kind of came against you guys. We got the Hierophant again, but reversed. I feel like this person, in a way, they felt like they had to, maybe you guys are different in some ways. Like maybe this person might be from a different background or race or culture or country or different kind of vibe, you know. Sometimes it's like just even a different clique in school. Like one person is, you know, the jock and the other person is the nerd, and it's like a big scandal. But I feel like this person just is pointing to like, I feel like for them, they either had to like conform. I feel like this person, the vibe I'm getting is that more like they conformed, because I feel that they care a lot about what other people think about them. So I am, in my mind, like the energy I'm picking up on is more that they felt like they had to conform to a certain way of acting, and that might have gotten in the way of the relationship. Like you might be into tarot cards and they're very traditionally religious, and so they, that was a problem. Or it might have been that, they wanted to do a very traditional career path, and you have like crazy colored hair and like really, intense, nails and like different types of makeup that you do that just, you would stick out like a sore thumb if you had to go to a very traditional luncheon or something. I feel like this person is just saying that there was this aspect of like that being a disconnect between you two, and they're kind of like looking back on it like they don't know if they handled it correctly, I think. And they're really upset again about other people intervening in this. Or it could have been that they were the ones who didn't fit in. But I feel like there was some judgment from people somehow, where they felt like you guys were not a good match, or people got involved in this relationship that they feel like should not have had a say, and got in between what could have been a really beautiful union. You guys also got the 7 of Cups, the Wheel, and the Emperor reversed, and the 6 of Cups. So yeah, this person, they really did have a lot of love for you. You guys got the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. So this person really saw a future with you, and kind of, has a very sweet, it's like a crush on you. I feel like this energy from other people, that's what they're pointing to as like the thing that ruined it, and the thing that really got in the way. This person felt like in the course of the relationship or whatever you guys had, that they were always kind of having to defend themselves from others or whatever. I feel like this person feels very kind of attacked somehow, maybe in their life generally or in their relationship with you, but they feel very like they're just like have other people coming against them. I feel like in a way they felt like in this, like they were put under a microscope. You guys might have attracted, it seems like to me from what this person is describing, that whatever you guys had going on attracted attention from others. Like maybe, it might not have been that you guys were in a full-blown relationship, but it might have been something where everyone kind of noticed that you guys were flirting or making eye contact and would like bring it up, or sorry guys, I had to go fix something with the lighting, but as I was saying, it could have been something where I just feel like people saw you guys together and just picked up on it, and it's almost like they, in their mind, in this person's mind, other people were like, let me get involved and let me like mess this up for some reason, which is something that happens, especially with twin flames or soulmates. Like people see that energy and are often so attracted to it, and then they kind of randomly decide to like mess with it for some reason. I guess maybe jealousy or something. But this person is definitely annoyed by that and like hung up on that. I feel like they feel like you guys get along really well. You guys have a really good camaraderie. We got the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles twice. So this person feels like when you guys are together, like there's an easy flow of things. The teamwork is happening. You guys are able to work on things together. But it's just, I feel that there's this sense of other people coming against them. And this could have been something that this person was struggling with in their own life. Like it could be that they have really demanding parents, or they have a friend group that's always kind of making fun of them or something. And it distracted them or took away from this relationship. But I feel like they're pointing to other people getting involved as a reason why this hasn't like worked out the way they wanted. Because I feel like with you, they feel really good and they really like you. And there's a real feeling of like positivity and ease around you. So I feel like this person, the tension that I'm picking up on is coming from outside sources. And that's what this person really wants to talk about, is just like, I feel like they feel that it should have worked out. It should have gone differently. But because of this outside intervention, it wasn't able to go the way they had planned. And they're upset about that because, again, they do like you a lot, have a lot of respect for you. and they didn't like the fact that other people felt the need to get involved. I feel like this person also felt disempowered as a result. Like, you know, they felt like they were not able to, this idea they may have had of themselves of like, you know, being empowered has gone out the window. Like the fact that other people were just able to come in and just kind of like take over the relationship has been a major blow to like their self-esteem and maybe their self-image, because I feel like they feel that this is not something that should have happened. And it's almost like, well, if I were a real man or if I were a real woman, I wouldn't have let this happen. So they're kind of beating themselves up like, how were other people able to have this power over me? How were other people able to just intervene like this and take over and be the powerful ones when I'm supposed to be the power in the relationship? So this has been a source of major stress to this person, and they are indicating to me that this person spends a lot of time thinking about it, and also that they might have like severely sleepless nights and even depression and stuff as a result. I feel like this person definitely does think about the relationship, and it's just like kind of like why, like they still don't even understand what happened or how it happened. I feel like they feel like whoever got involved in this is very overbearing, and they're putting the blame on these other people, not on you, but on these other people. They felt like you were the prize that they kind of had to defend you against. Kind of like, you know, it's like in a war or something, if you capture like the king's wife or something, or the king's mistress, or like a high-powered general's wife, then you're gonna take her and abduct her as a way to get back at like the power, you know what I mean? Because she becomes like this prize, this emblem of like of the general you want to attack, you know what I mean? She becomes like a higher status because of that. And so this person feels like people involved themselves in the relationship, and it was because they sensed how much of a prize you are, how much you bring to the table, how much other people would like to be with you, and that's what provoked jealousy in others. But this person felt very emotionally fulfilled with you. They feel that you are a very like sweet, nurturing, loving energy, like creative, kind, and just someone they really enjoyed like being around. This person really thought a lot about you. Like they thought very highly of you. I feel like you guys are not like super aggressive or overbearing types. You guys are very sweet, loving, and kind, and they really liked that about you. Again, I feel that other people come against this person. This might be a common theme for them throughout their life. I'm kind of getting maybe that energy where, you know, I have a friend who, and I mentioned this before, has Mars in her first house in her astrology chart. And I went through a transit where Mars was in my first house, and I was like, it was during the eclipse season, and eclipses were happening in my first house and in Mars, and or over Mars, connected to Mars. And so it was crazy how many random people would be rude to me, start arguments. Like I'd go out to a restaurant and like try to order a random dish, and like the waiter would suddenly have, you know, a total attitude and be like so rude for no reason. I would be like, oh my God, why does this keep happening to me? And a lot of times it's, you know, it can be totally astrological, or it can be someone who has Mars in their first house, or Mars aspecting, you know, another very powerful aspect for them, another powerful planet. But the point is that, you know, I feel like this person has had to deal with people coming against them their whole life. And it's almost like they felt like a soothing place with you, where you were able to nurture them and make them feel good and make them feel loved and cared for. And it meant a lot to them. And that's why they're so mad that these other people were able to intervene and do whatever they did. So let me get some more cards. What else is left unsaid? What would pile three's person? What's left unsaid by pile three's person? The Garden. What is left unsaid by pile three's person? Okay, compatibility. Connection. So this person really looked up to you, really, really looked up to you a lot. They see you as just really beautiful and kind of like the center of their world. They really look up to you in so many ways. We got compatibility, which really is a card for me that represents when a guy really looks up to his partner and like sees her as like above him, you know. And so I feel like that's what's going on here. And if, you know, this person was totally honest, they would admit that they kind of see you as like almost like a trophy wife, but not necessarily, like not in a degrading way, but again, they see you as such a prize. And so like you just have so much going on that, you know, to them, you being with them is like an honor, like for them. And they are very like excited and pleased and kind of chuffed is what I'm hearing. I think that's a British phrase, but it means like kind of like feeling like, ooh, like I'm doing pretty good. You're feeling it. You're feeling yourself, you know? And I feel like that's how this, you paying attention to this person, that's how that made them feel. They really were like, oh my God, this person's looking at me. Oh, okay. I didn't know I was like rocking it like that. So you gave them a lot of self-esteem. You made them really come into their power a little bit more. There's also this aspect of you guys having a mental and psychic connection. So I feel like, you know, we got a bunch of cards regarding that. I do feel like you guys have a connection that goes beyond this realm. You guys probably communicate on the astral realm a little bit, which doesn't surprise me because I feel like you give this person support on the astral realm and you give them kind of like love and nurturing, and this person is really acknowledging that. Like they have gotten a lot from your guys' connection, even if you guys are not in contact. They get a lot from you on the astral plane and it means a lot to them. So even though this relationship has made them feel disempowered in many ways, it's also given them so much from, you know, your side, the emotional support that you've given them. So even if they are crying and they're upset, it's also helped them grow spiritually. And so ultimately, you know, they are happy with, they feel like they benefited from this relationship. They just wanted so much more out of it. And again, if it weren't for these other figures, they feel like they would have had a lot more that they could have gotten out of it. I also am getting that for some of these people, some of you guys, and it, you know, just go with what resonates and leave the rest. For some of you guys, it might not be that this person is pointing to other people. It might just be that they had a lot of, again, like a lot of conflict in their life, a lot of kind of strife, trouble. It's like they have this chaotic life kind of surrounding them. But I feel like, again, I do feel like this person is blaming or pointing to others. Like, it's like they're kind of, I'm seeing in my mind someone pointing at like a crowd, being like, it was him, it was that guy, it was them, they did it together. Like, and so they are kind of trying to, you know, say that they weren't the ones who messed it up in their mind. In their mind, it was someone else. So again, it's a general reading, so I don't know, you know, you could have had some other guy who like wouldn't stop flirting with you and would come around and would rub it in this person's face. Or, you know, it could have been you had a sibling who was like, listen, don't trust that person. So it could have happened in so many different ways, but I just feel like they're pointing that other people got involved and it wasn't for the good, it was for the bad in their mind. So another thing that comes through is that this person is feeling like they're not quite good enough to be the man for you or to be the woman for you, and that they're trying to work on themselves to be more able to be supportive of you. But I feel like, again, this person is dealing with so much that would be like a secondary thing, that they are not quite at the level yet where they can focus on it. It's good that they're acknowledging it, but I do feel like that is a long way away. So maybe they're promising a little more than they can deliver. But that card can also mean social media. So this person could be checking up on you on social media. And I'm getting the confirm from Spirit that that's more what they were referencing. So scrub the intention that they were trying to become better. They're not really focused on that yet. I am getting that it's that they do check your social media quite avidly. So they probably are checking your Instagram. They might even be actively kind of interacting with you on there, like liking your photos, or, you know, sending you memes or something. But this person, they are definitely checking your social media. That's what they're telling me. So what was left unsaid for pile 3? What was left unsaid for pile 3? Truth. Okay. So sometimes that's just to confirm that, we're on the right track. So what was left unsaid for pile 3? What was left unsaid for pile 3? Purification. Relaxation reversed. Okay. So I feel like this person just, they really wanted to be kind of, they've gotten a lot of support from you, but I feel like they did want to be that support to you, but they're not quite mature enough yet. They have a lot of stuff they have to be able to fix in their own life first before they can get to like the giving that back to another person. But I mean, they felt super fulfilled and super close to you. They felt super like nurtured by you. I keep getting that kind of nurturing energy. Like they felt like you gave a lot to them and they were really grateful for that. That you had like this loving, sweet energy that they really like to tap into. And that's why I think they connect with you on the astral plane. You guys might be, some of you might be virgins or just very pure, very sweet. You could just be water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But this person views you as having like a purity to you. As having like a kind of sweet, unassuming, very pure quality. Like you are not jaded or closed off or anything. You are very sweet and nice and loving, and this person really liked that about you. And that might be why others get protective of you or whatever, but this person is just, they really enjoy your energy, they enjoy tapping into it, and I feel like that's why they do it a lot. Let me get some more cards because I don't want to repeat myself. Spirit, can you tell us what was left unsaid with pile 3? What was left unsaid? Anything else? Because we don't want to go over the same things. The heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Okay, I'm getting from that might be talking about this person's situation. I feel like they might have a lot on their plate. I feel like they do have a lot on their plate, like at home or in their life. They're just dealing with a lot of stress, I feel. I really do think that they must be dealing with something because, yeah, I keep getting that. I feel that they are like a stressed out energy. They might have some kind of crisis in their family. I remember when I was talking to a coworker of mine and he was like really responsible, but then one day, he started telling me about his like family situation. I'm not even going to repeat it just because, I think he told me in confidence. So I don't want to give specifics, even though, it's anonymous. But the point is like, I would never have guessed that he was dealing with all this stuff. Like, I really had no idea. He kept it together so well at work. And, when you're psychic, you kind of have like an ethical responsibility not to tap into like your coworkers or your like friends and like dig down and deep and get all the dirt about them because it's a little bit unethical. It's like, you need to respect their privacy. So I was really surprised. I kind of sensed that he was like stressed out about stuff. But when he told me, I felt really bad about the extent of what he was dealing with. And so the point is you really never know what someone's going through. And I do feel like this might be what this person wants you to know is this: if they didn't come to you correct and they were kind of dealing with or they just seemed distracted or they didn't seem to act right, that's probably why, because I do think they were dealing with stuff from home life or from family or possibly friends, but this person has some sources of stress going on. So it's kind of hard for them to focus and give their all in a relationship when they're dealing with like stress level 10 in the rest of their lives. And I think this person is upset about how it held them back. I feel like this person does feel a little overwhelmed with all the stuff they've been dealing with. And it's like they would love to have this beautiful life with you. And that's what's coming through, is that this person really had imagined like that you would fulfill them, kind of. I'm hearing you completely, oh my God, I can't talk today. You complete me line from Jerry Maguire. Sometimes when I get tired, I get like this, I like slur my words and I sound like I've had like 10 shots of whiskey and I'm just tired. But, and I did have 10 shots of whiskey. Just kidding. But anyway, so yeah, this person, I feel like they imagined that you would kind of complete them, or that you would bring so much to their life if you guys could actually make it happen, actually turn it into a relationship. And so for them, the fact that you guys didn't, they definitely take it to heart, and it's definitely very painful for them. And I feel like they had mapped out this whole idea of you guys having this life, and the fact that that is not a reality definitely weighs very heavily on them. And it also, to them, I keep getting the feeling of like I was robbed or I was stolen from. I feel like they feel that others stole you from them. And I'm getting that it could have been a romantic rival, but for a lot of them, it's that like they might have had dysfunctional people around them or something that sensed that you guys were getting close. And, if you've ever interacted with like a narcissist or something, you'll know that like narcissists do this a lot. They kind of have a sixth sense for like when someone's getting really happy. And that's when they'll pop back up and like start an argument or start a fight or have a blowout. Or, if you're living with a narcissist and they sense that suddenly you got a great new relationship, that's when they will say like, hey, if you don't pay me 3 months rent by tomorrow, you're getting kicked out on the street. And they create this chaos where it's like, before you were focused on the relationship and like, okay, so for my date, okay, I'm going to go buy flowers. And now suddenly you're focused on coming up with like, however many thousands of dollars, like you're trying to call all your friends and ask them for money. And, and then if you can't get the money, then you're like, oh my God, okay, I can put my stuff in storage. I'll move out. I can sleep in my car. And suddenly that future you might have been able to build with the relationship, and you were planning on taking them to this restaurant and you were planning on buying them this gift, suddenly that goes out the window because you're in crisis mode. And that's a very common dynamic when it comes to narcissists and stuff like that. And so this person might have that kind of a situation where maybe people sensed that you guys were getting close, or this could be the situation for you, but since we're picking up on their energy, I would assume this is their side of what happened. But so this might have been something that happened on their end, and you might have been like, why did the communication just randomly stop? Or why they acted so into me, but then they never followed through. It's like, well, that's why, because they were dealing with some kind of a crisis. You know what I mean? It's like you'll never find a person who is struggling to even get food, who is like desperate for food and crawling on the ground and like starving, and you will never go talk to them and have them be like, I'm just so bored with life. I really don't understand the point. And I don't know where I want to go to college, but I'm just like, I don't know, I'm kind of stressed. And after all, like life is so boring. I was just watching a movie. You're not going to hear that from them. The only thing they're going to be focused on is getting food, It's like the hierarchy of needs or whatever. And when we don't have those basic needs, we can't focus on the higher level stuff like the meaning of life, or how happy am I in my job, or I've just not been feeling good lately. I've just been feeling kind of, a lot of ennui. I've just been feeling a little out of it. Like, you don't get that to that level until you have a certain level of, everything else figured out. And so I feel like this person, it's almost like because they were dealing with such a crisis, they didn't have the room or space in their life to fully focus on you the way you deserve and the way they had wanted to and intended to. And so they were incapable of being present with you in the moment because they were so dealing with this other stress and these other things that popped up. So again, this is a general reading. For some of you, it could be other people that intervened in the relationship and you were aware of it. Like you could have had your friends be like, stop talking to them. Or you could have had a romantic rival kind of just plunge in and suddenly drive a wedge between you guys. But for others, you might have just wondered, why did this person stop talking to me? Why were they texting me every day and then it just dropped off? Or why did they suddenly ghost me? And what I'm hearing is this person has had to deal with these other conflict situations a lot, and it creates a lot of stress in their life. It's a very big obstacle for them. It might very well be family members or something, or trauma that they are dealing with. But yeah, this was like the reason in their mind that they're pointing to why you guys couldn't be together. And it's very sad for them. I feel like for many of them, this situation has popped up more than once. Like this dynamic that they have going on in their life, it could have made them lose out on other opportunities, but like I feel like it never hit them as hard as losing out on you. That was like the absolute worst one for them to deal with, and they're still really upset about it, and they still really haven't emotionally like fully recovered from it. They're still emotionally really upset about what went down, way more so than other things. Because I feel like for other opportunities, this person was able to write it off as kind of like, well, I didn't want to go to that college anyway, so it's okay that like my father got drunk before my before my interview with the college and ended up insulting the interviewer and telling her that this was the dumpiest school he'd ever seen in his life, and they'd be lucky if you stepped foot on the campus, and so I got rejected from the school, and I was a sure thing, and I know it was his fault. You know what I mean? I know he caused it, or whatever the situation is. That's just like an example that comes to mind. But I feel like for those other situations, this person was able to justify it or to kind of be like, whatever, I didn't want it anyway. But with you, this person was so invested and they really wanted you that they're just really sad about it. It's almost like this person, I'm getting like they wanted to be that knight on the white horse for you. It's like they wanted like a fairy tale, or maybe they wanted you to rescue them. It could be that, like they wanted to be the one. There's this energy here of what they wanted was like, yeah, like Rapunzel being rescued out of her tower. So it could be you or it could be them. But this person is really upset that it didn't happen. And they're very depressed because, again, they really felt like someone like you could have really just transformed things for them in many ways and really given them a level of emotional fulfillment that they've never ever had and always wanted but never had. So let me get some astro dice. So Spirit, can you tell us what was left unsaid in this relationship for pile 3? So we got the 10th house. We've gotten that each of the readings today. I don't know why. It's kind of crazy. So we got the moon, we got Gemini, and we got the 10th house. So that's interesting. So 10th house is ruled by Saturn and Capricorn, and it's all about career, and it's also about growth. I do feel like you guys could definitely have met in a career setting or school. Take it as it resonates. So if it doesn't, you don't have to take it on at all. Just, ignore it if it doesn't resonate, and you'll know what resonates and what doesn't. But, I do feel like I get that vibe for a lot of you that you guys met this person in school or at work. There's just that energy kind of hanging around that. I was just seeing people like, checking each other out across a classroom or something. So yeah, I feel like, again, also this person has had this kind of Saturn hard influence, like hammering down on them, where they're constantly having these hardships brought into their life that they kind of have to deal with. Like, it's like a crisis, you know? It's like these constant crises that this person is kind of unable to like actually focus on like leveling up in some of their bigger dreams, because they're constantly putting out these little fires, and they're constantly focusing on all these small things that happen. Then we got Gemini. So I feel like Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and it relates to the third house, and it really relates to communication. This person also could be a Gemini, Capricorn, or a Cancer, because, you know, those relate to the these astrological points. But I feel like this person wasn't the best at communicating to you. And I feel like this would be a hard thing to communicate anyway, even if you're a good communicator. I mean, a lot of people aren't aware of the dynamics of abuse or narcissism or whatever. Like, and it's a very heavy thing to talk about, even with someone you know really well, let alone with like someone you just met and have a huge crush on and really respect and have butterflies around, and then having to explain to them like, well, so, you know, my mom is crazy or something, is a lot. It's very difficult. And, you know, a lot of people are going to be judgmental. But you guys also might have this Cancer energy, because I feel like they see you as like very Cancerian. You know, Cancers really are like the mothers of the zodiac, and Cancer really, I mean, the moon rules like motherhood and relates to motherhood. And I feel like you guys have this nurturing quality where they really felt safe with you. And it was this really beautiful thing. They really felt safe around you. They really felt like they could open up to you. And I feel like they held stuff back just as habit, but it's almost like they felt more comfortable around you than anyone else. I still don't think they would have been on the level of wanting to tell you about all this kind of darker stuff going on, but I do feel like they just really trusted you a lot, and they felt very safe and like you were very receptive to them. They felt very accepted by you, and it meant a lot to them. And so I think that's probably one of the reasons why this person still thinks about you a lot, still dreams about you a lot, and still is tuning into your energy a lot. So let's get into the my little notes that I make. So I'll pull it from here. Sorry if there's noise from the shuffling with my microphone. Again, let me know if it is too loud. I carry you in my heart. I love my little cup for this. I just think it's so pretty. I'll show you guys. No one cares but me, but anyway. Okay, going through a lot at the moment. Exactly, yes. This person has a lot on their plate, and you know, they really do. It's not just like it's not like they're just saying that to as an excuse, but it's not really true. I think about you all the time. Yep. I've got a one-track mind. Yep, that's a Chromeo song if you want to look that up. It is such a fun song. I love that song. Please tell me you'll never leave me. Do we have any more cards for pile 3, the lime green cake? I feel so unworthy. This person might have been given a very negative mindset by this dysfunctional thing going on in their life. I need you. Yeah. This is kind of sad, to be honest. I have so much to fix in my life. Oh my God. Yeah, this person's dealing with a lot. Like genuinely a lot. Sometimes someone's like, I'm dealing with a lot. And it's like they're talking about, you know, they have a math test and they have, you know, soccer practice and they have whatever else. But like that's a lot, and I'm not trying to put it down. But when we're talking about trauma or abuse or those heavy level things that are very spiritually heavy, spiritually afflicting. It's one thing to deal with physical stress or even mental stress. It's another thing when you're dealing with spiritual stress, like someone who is a narcissist or even demonically afflicted. Dealing with that is spiritually extremely draining and taxing and takes a lot out of a person. And that is like slaying a dragon. And if you do that, you know, you have my full respect, because it is really, difficult to overcome those dynamics, especially for people who were born into it, who didn't even have a say. They didn't miss a red flag. They just were born into it, and it's probably set for them as one of their high level spiritual tasks that they have to go through in this lifetime, that they agreed to before they entered the astral plane. And now that they're here, they're like, what the hell was I thinking? But they committed to it, and they have to contend with like the abusive parent, or they have to continue dealing with, well, a lot of times it's the parents. It's like they're born into that family for that reason, to hopefully overcome it. But it's a lot to deal with. So I do think I feel bad for this person. Like, this is one of these excuses that's like not BS. I just think this person, they do have a very sweet soul, but they're dealing with a whole hell of a lot. I do think they have an intention to come back to you, but they might be on this healing journey. And that sometimes is something you have to go through alone. And then once you've healed yourself, then you're in a space where you can come back to the person and really be in spiritual union. But again, it's kind of like if you're one-handedly fighting a dragon, like with a sword, how are you supposed to like have tea with someone and have a nice conversation with them in the other, or have a romantic meal with like wine with your other hand when you're fighting a dragon with the other? It's like when someone is in the midst of one of these spiritual battles, it's kind of not possible for them to deal with focusing on the relationship, focusing on a soulmate. It's just so much on their plate, so if this person's communication dropped off, know that they were dealing with a whole hell of a lot, and it's stuff that they're actively trying to work through in their life. And I do feel like they have the intention of coming back to you. They do have the intention of fixing things in their life so that they can get to you, and so that they can be in this connection, because I feel like you have helped them a lot to grow spiritually, and you've given them a lot of love and sweetness that they really didn't get from other people that should have given them that kind of sweetness. Like, they really might have had some abusive parents or something, or abusive friend group or whatever, but there were other people that, should have given them this kind of loving energy that you have given them. Even if you guys didn't date, it's like you still send them that on the astral realm, and they're so grateful to it, and they really want you back in their life, but they also are acknowledging that they're probably not at the place where they can do it at the time. They're just so overwhelmed with this other stuff they have going on. So they're just kind of asking for patience a little bit, and also just letting you know that it really wasn't their choice. And if you feel rejected by them, or feel like they ghosted you, or feel like, well, they just, like I hate those books, like he's just not that into you because he didn't call you. The reality is, I deal with it in my work every day. Like, there are so many dysfunctional people with a million reasons why, they're not doing what they should do. Like, it's like, that's like someone saying, well, you must not want to graduate because you procrastinated. We all know that that's not true. And sometimes people procrastinate because of perfectionism, because they're so desperate to do well. So just because someone's not in contact with you does not mean that they just don't care. It could mean that they have weird self-esteem, trauma. It could mean that they're not that into you, but there's also a million other explanations that are totally 1000% the truth. So I think that in this case, don't feel like, well, they just must not have cared. They definitely cared. But I just feel like there are reasons for them. They're dealing with so much, and that's why in their, on what they're saying is, that is why they didn't make things happen the way they wanted. And they're kind of apologizing, but also like, please understand that it wasn't something I did on purpose, and I never ever wanted to be separated from you. So yeah, I really hope that helped you guys. This was a heavy reading. It was kind of not what I was expecting, but I do think there's so many people dealing with trauma, and at least kudos to this person for recognizing it and working through it and trying to fix themselves and trying to get to a better place. And I think when they work through this, they will be a lot more capable of being a really great partner, a better partner, because if they were with you right now, they'd be so distracted with whatever else they're dealing with that it's like they're going to have a very hard time, focusing on you and giving you all the love you deserve back. Even as grateful as they are, relationships are a two-way street. So it is good that they're trying to take steps to get to the place where they can give you more in the relationship and be really focused on you. But I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated in the comments. I love hearing your stories and your own experiences. And make sure to like and subscribe. I post every few days, so if you want to see more, make sure you're subbed. And also let me know about the microphone, because I am wanting to know how it sounded. And also, please, if you have any suggestions for these readings, I love hearing your opinions or your reading suggestions. They definitely inspire me, and I definitely have a little list. So please let me know if there's something I can help you with. I am open to whatever. So any kind of subject, just throw it out there and I might use it. But I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, my lovely pile fours. If you guys picked this lemon cake, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to show you it in close detail. I love the lemon chocolate pairing. I think that to me would not be appealing, but I see it a lot on these fake foods that I use. So anyway, by the way, guys, I got a new microphone, so please let me know. I have never used a microphone before, so let me know if it's too loud or if you liked it before when I was just using my phone microphone. So anyway, let's get into it. You guys, I pre-pulled the cards, so we got the Four of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands. We got the Six of Swords, the King of Pentacles. You got the Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Empress reversed, the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and finally the Devil. So what I keep hearing in my mind is I will have you. So I feel like this person is very sexually attracted to you, which might explain the Devil card and the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I feel like this person is very sexually attracted to you, and it's like they are committed to still getting to you in whatever way they can. I definitely think that it's like they are very focused on you. They are very focused on actually getting you. I keep hearing getting. I'm going to get you. I'm going to have you. It's like you are like an object or something, and they're like, I'm going to take it. I don't know. It's just, they really want to be with you. I feel like they have a ton of sexual attraction that probably gives them continuous energy, because they're coming across as very energetic towards you, just very focused on you. And they are acknowledging, that they have been through some pain, but it's almost like they don't have that defeated energy that a lot of times you'll get after a difficult breakup. They are kind of acknowledging that, but the overall energy that's coming through is almost the kind of energy you would usually see at the very beginning of a relationship when you guys have just met. So maybe for some of you that is the case, and for others where this is an ex or a past connection, maybe no contact, this person is mentioning that they're upset that things didn't work out the way they wanted, and it is a major loss for them. But again, I do feel like their energy is just very committed to getting you. So for if you guys did have a breakup, I guess it would be getting you back, but it feels like they just met you and they really have the hots for you. It doesn't feel like a breakup that happened and they're really upset and they're feeling glum and they're moping around. That doesn't feel like it at all. They feel very fresh, very fiery, very yes, I'll do what it takes. And so it's really interesting to see that kind of contrast going on. So let me get some more cards. So Spirit, can you please tell us, what did pile threes pile four's person, what were their unspoken words? What things were left unsaid? Oh my God, we got the Empress again, reversed right under the top of the other Empress. So yeah, I feel like this person, you know, in their mind, like you are the prize, and they see you as someone who, it's almost like they feel like they like the fact that you guys might not be the most like, I feel like they like the fact that they can feel a little bit in control of you sometimes. Like they can feel like they're the ones who kind of call the shots or whatever. And they kind of like that a little bit. Or it might also be that you guys, they like that you guys are a little bit feisty, kind of a thing. I feel like that's true. I feel like they like that you're a little bit feisty. Oh my God, we got the Queen of Wands again. So I definitely think you guys have a feistiness, like a powerful energy, and that's what this person is attracted to with you. And it's almost like they want to be the ones in control. You know what I mean? They want to, they like that you're a little bit of a challenge. And so it's like they want to be the ones who are like, hey, you know how like you see someone, oh my God, this is going to sound so bad, but I don't mean it in a rude or degrading way. I don't mean to compare you guys to dogs at all. So please don't take it like that. But I just think it's like, you know how with like a dog during a dog training, they'll be like, listen, I'm the alpha or something. You do what I say. I feel like, again, it's like wrong to say it like that. And I don't mean it to be rude. I don't think this person views you as like a dog or anything at all. But I just feel like they want to make it clear that they are the ones in control. So it's almost like going after you because you are so powerful that that's like proof to them that if they can get you to be with them, then they are really doing something right. That would make them feel very powerful. So we got the 7 of Cups, we got the Fool, we got the 8 of Wands, and we got the 6 of Swords reversed, and we got the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, this person really, you know, they are still committed to the idea of being with you. And I definitely don't think that they have given up on the idea of being with you, or that they're just kind of like, well, whatever happens, oh well. They are very much still, you know, still thinking that there is for sure the opportunity for you guys to come together. And I think that that's what this person is going to be actively pursuing. They're not like, well, oh well, I guess it didn't happen. They are for sure plotting and planning and trying to think about what ways they can get to you, how they could reinitiate contact, how they could make things happen between the two of you. So yeah, they view you as quite the prize and as being very powerful. We got 2 Empresses that are reversed, but we got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. And this person for sure has an idea of you as like the queen or the prize or whatever. You know how like back in like old fairy tales and stuff, they would compete, like the king would have, you know, like a jousting match or something to compete for his daughter's hand in marriage. Like that's how this person kind of views you, and that's like the energy they have. Like they're like, give me that jousting stick, put me on the horse and let's go. They are fully ready to do whatever it takes to get to you. They just have a ton of that. Like, I think a lot of this is fueled by the level of sexual attraction they have for you, which is really huge. And I definitely think it's almost like they want to like tame you. Like I'm hearing like Can't Be Tamed by Miley Cyrus. I haven't thought of that in a while, that song, but it just popped into my head so strongly. Like I feel like they like the fact that they perceive you as being a little bit wild, and it's like what they want to make happen is to make themselves be the more powerful one so that they can feel like it's like if you were just like a super submissive person who was really like let guys do whatever, or let the person they're dating do whatever to them, they wouldn't feel as pleased. They like the fact that you are kind of feisty, kind of fiery, kind of know what you want. And so they get like a real kick out of that. You know, they get really excited about that. And for them, they feel like if they could be in the relationship with you and kind of call the shots, it would be proof of their level of like power, and you know, just really it would give a lot to them and kind of their ego and kind of their sense of self, I guess. So we got the Page of Cups reversed. And you can see that this is like a man staying up late into the night, kind of ruminating in the past and feeling very defeated, and it's reversed. So again, I feel like this is just acknowledging that like this person could easily have been in that mode. And we are seeing cards about that, but then they have just moved straight to like the next stage. Like I feel like they felt very sad, very upset, but again, their mind, it's like their eye is on the prize and they are not letting themselves get bogged down with feeling really sad or really upset, because they are still very focused on getting to you and making you theirs. And so they just don't see it as productive for them to like sit around with like a pint of ice cream and cry, you know, or, you know, go out and sleep with a bunch of other people or whatever people do after a breakup. Like this person's just like, no, I don't think so. I'm just going to stay focused. And, you know, yeah, I took a loss right now, but it's kind of like if you lose one game, but you're in the Olympics, you're not going to just go home and throw everything away and just be like, I quit. You're going to keep going and you're going to fight at the other games. And that's kind of how this person views it. Like, yeah, you're going to be upset over the game you lost, but you're going to also try really freaking hard to win at the other ones. And I feel like that's kind of this person's mentality. Like they are almost feeling like if you guys did have a breakup or you guys are in a no contact situation, this person views it as very temporary and they're very committed to the idea of making things happen between you guys. So it's like, to them, they're just not going to, you know, accept that as like a permanent situation. They're just gonna kind of move straight back to, okay, that happened, and so what's next? What do I do next? What's the next step? Yeah, this person is super interested in like connecting with you, being with you, making contact again. And they just view you as very, very sexy, as having like a ton of sex appeal. They also, you know, again, I think this person, like in the past, you know, they're acknowledging that things didn't work out like as they might have wanted and things took a different direction. But I feel like you are viewing it as more permanent than they view it. They kind of want you to know that like they don't see it that way. They just see it as like a temporary little blip and that you guys are supposed to be back together soon. So let me pull some more cards to see what else is pile 4's person. What was left unsaid by pile 4's person? What was left unsaid by pile 4's person? Sexuality. So that doesn't surprise me. I'm not taking reversals for this one. So yeah, this person, like I said, they're very sexually attracted to you. And I don't feel like they are. That's why, like, I think even if they were emotionally upset by this, they're so focused on being with you that is like sexually, that it's like that just takes up a lot of their focus and attention. And, you know, we got the divine masculine, and I do think that's a very mature reaction, not to delve into feeling super defeated and letting yourself kind of beat yourself up, and just moving straight to like, what's my next step? Okay, what's action B? And so can you tell us more? Do we have anything else to say about what is going on? What was left unsaid? I feel like this person wants to become a better man for you. They want to become better. We got chivalry. I feel like this person really, you know, they are trying to kind of improve themselves for you and trying to get on your level and trying to like again, I get like plotting and planning. I feel like this person is very committed, like, I am going to have you, you're going to be mine. And I think this person doesn't mind taking time to make it happen, or, you know, it's like they have all the time in the world for it. They are willing to wait around. They are willing to, take a pause if that's what you need. But for them, their eye is on the prize, and the prize is you. They view you as like kind of, this just amazing energy. I feel like you guys both have this very powerful, like almost sexual energy that you both put off. Like you guys are both kind of sexy. You guys are both like these ambitious types that like kind of go get what you want. And also, I feel like you guys probably have a really good banter, or you guys are both kind of funny, kind of like charismatic type people. And so this person feels like they've kind of met their counterpart, and they don't mind waiting around. I do feel like they might date other people, but that would be temporary because, again, they're very committed to being with you. Their interest is really on you. And I feel like you guys would just be a really great sexual match. I'm not trying to do an 18 plus reading right now, but I just think that is coming through really strongly, that this person is also, this is like their thought, is like you guys would have the best sex ever. They're just convinced that you would be really good in bed, and I feel like it would be fiery. You guys might be like a Leo or a Sagittarius or an Aries, but you guys definitely, I feel like you guys have a lot of self-confidence. You guys have like this powerful sexual like charisma that you kind of radiate. You might have like Eros conjunct your ascendant, conjunct your sun, or Mars, Mars conjunct the sun, or trine the sun or something. But you guys give off a very like sexually powerful vibe. Even if you're trying not to and trying to dress down, I feel like you give off this kind of subconscious, deep level of sexuality. Like I was thinking about like, Daisy Ridley, she was in Star Wars, and it's like she got cast in that role and she looks really clean cut, but she has all these like little fanboys that are like so obsessed with her and think that she's the hottest thing ever playing, Rey. Like even though that character is not really a sexual character in any way, and she's wearing like these long, like I don't even know what they are, Jedi outfits covering up most of her body, she still gets people like really sexualizing her online. Like, I guess, that's the nature of Star Wars fans. But I looked up her chart, and she has Mars sextile the sun, and that's kind of, I feel like, your vibe. Like you guys might not even try to show off your sexuality, but you guys do put off a sexual energy, whether you like it or are trying to or not. Like I feel like Daisy Ridley, she's not trying to become a sex symbol, but she kind of became one just being herself. And so the thing is that I feel like this person also gives off a lot of sexual charisma, but they're very fixated on you. They could have other people if they wanted to, and I feel like they might like have one night stands or go out on dates with other people, but for the most part, their mind is on you, and it's almost like that's just a distraction, or it's just like something you do temporarily. You know how when you're like really hungry and you're starving, and you might have a certain idea, like when I was PMSing like yesterday actually, and I had the biggest craving for a pizza. And so I didn't have a pizza, and I didn't want to like eat something super unhealthy. So I kind of made myself like a healthier pasta, and I ate it, and it was really good, but I was like, I still want pizza at the end, And I think that that's kind of what's going on. Like, when you're really hungry, like, yeah, you'll eat something else. And if someone even offers you like a plain piece of bread, you'll eat it. But for the most part, if you have your mindset on that chocolate cake, you're not really going to be okay. You're still going to want the chocolate cake after you have that piece of bread, or whatever, that cucumber, who knows? Like, you are just going to still crave that thing. And I feel like that's what this person is. Like, their mind is just kind of constantly redirected to you. They think about you a lot. you take up a lot of their kind of mental headspace. And it's just like in their mind, they definitely see you guys having a future, and that's something they want to make happen. And I feel like it's something they're committed to making happen. So it's kind of like, again, I keep hearing, I will have you, which is kind of a weird phrase, but it just keeps going through my mind. I feel like they are very committed to getting with you, and they want you to, like, I don't know. I mean, they want you, see, I'm not trying to make this into a sexual reading, but of course, they're coming in with a very sexual energy. So it's hard to give this reading because I'm not trying to turn it into 18 plus. But I will say, I feel like this person, they want you to, like, how do I put it? Like, I feel like I feel like they want you to call them, like, I hate that phrase. I hate even saying it, but it keeps coming up. They want you to, like, call them daddy or something. It is so, I'm sorry, no judgment, but I freaking hate that phrase. To me, it sounds so gross. But if you're into it, I guess go for it, you know. And this person, I think they are, and they want you, like, it's, you know how that term, it might not even be that literal term, but they want you to kind of look up to them. They want you to be like the one, they want to kind of call the shots a little bit, you know what I mean? And you're the one who's a little bit underneath them in that kind of dynamic, I guess, where you look up to them, you kind of trust them, and they kind of tell you what to do a little bit. That's kind of the vibe. It's so hard for me to put that into words, and I just kept hearing the phrase in my mind, and I really hate it, but I said it for you guys. So we got adventures, and we got enlightenment reversed, inner peace. What is left unsaid between pile 4 and their person? Standstill reversed. What is left unsaid between pile 4 and their person? So we got freedom and power. I definitely think this person has a lot of power that they direct towards you. Just like, I feel like they are very of a powerful person, and since so much of their mental headspace is directed towards you, I think it sends you powerful kind of like mental rays, you know what I mean? Like, you can probably feel when they're thinking of you, when they're like mentally reaching out to you, when they're kind of directing this energy towards you, because it is very strong and very powerful and kind of overwhelming. They are definitely like focused on you. And I feel like, yeah, they definitely, again, I am not trying to make this person keeps trying to turn it into like an 18 plus, adults only, X-rated reading. It's like, excuse me, sir, calm down. This is supposed to be G-rated, but it's obviously, I guess, that ship sailed. But the point is this person has a lot of sexual desire for you. I feel like they fantasize about you a lot, especially when they're alone, if you get my drift. They spend a lot of time thinking about you. So yeah, that when they're having those alone time moments, if you get what I'm saying, and they're thinking of you really strongly, you know, maybe an Ace of Wands moment, if you know what I'm saying. You can Google Ace of Wands if you want to see what I'm talking about and look at the photo and, you know, put 2 and 2 together. I feel like this person, yeah, that you would get a very powerful mental like blast in your, like, no pun intended. Why do they keep making me say stuff that's like actual sexual double entendres? They really need to chill. Like, they have no chill when it comes to you. They are so sexually into you. They're like making me do dirty talk against my will. I'm not even trying to. That's how into you they are. So yeah, this person is, you probably feel it very strongly that this person is thinking of you, that they like, boom, you're walking through the day and suddenly randomly you're full of thoughts of this person. That's definitely their energy. They have a very powerful, very compelling energy. And as far as their opinion of things, like, things are still moving along. They are rejecting the idea that things are blocked. Like, if you try to be like, no, these things are over, they're like, no, sorry, they're not. We're still going on, and I don't really care about your no. Yeah, I'm hearing I reject that. They are not going to accept you kind of piecing out of that. So can we find out what are the unsaid things between pile 4 and their person? What was pile 4's person? What were their things left unsaid? Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. So they might connect to you in your dreams. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold and be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. I don't think this person is very good at slowing down. I feel like they are like a million miles an hour. They are very, again, they're very obsessed with you. It's kind of like telling a little kid, trying to tell a little kid like, hey, stop playing with your favorite toy. Like, they're just not going to listen. They're just going to keep doing it. They have no chill. And same with this person. They are not going to just be like, okay, I guess I'll just relax and give them space. If they are not in communication with you, which some of them may not be, I definitely feel like this is something they're working towards on their own anyway. They are working towards getting back together in reunification with you. And for sure, making things happen between you guys, even if they are accepting that it's not going to happen right now. It's something they are working towards in their life. So they might be like weightlifting or trying to get their money situation. That is something that is coming across. Is I feel like this person is trying to get themselves into more of a financially prosperous state so that they can come to you in that level. Like, they can come to you in the Lamborghini, and in their mind, then you won't be able to say no. But it's really all about this huge sexual desire they have for you underpinning it. And we did get spiritual connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So I feel like, you guys that might be why this person is so sexually drawn to you. Because, sex is another way of energetically exchanging. So it's not necessarily all, like, sometimes people are like, well, like, a sexual desire for someone can actually be very spiritual. It doesn't mean that it's just about like, like, I like that person's hourglass figure or whatever. Like, it is spiritual in many senses. And I do feel like the level of desire this person has for you, it's a little abnormal. So it could make sense that you guys actually have a spiritual connection and you knew each other in another lifetime or on the spiritual plane. And that's why this person is very sexually fixated. They might not know that, and it might be an easier way for them to, like, say, explain it to their boys. Like, if their friend comes over and is like, oh my God, are you looking at her on her Instagram again? You're so lame. You keep stalking her social media. And they can be like, well, she looks really good in a bikini, see? Like, that's a way they could explain it away in their mind of like, she's so hot or he's so hot, and that's what it's about. But it might be a very spiritual connection. I do feel like you guys are very simpatico energetically. Like, you guys have a very similar type of energy. You're both kind of go-getters. You're both kind of strong. You're both kind of, you know what you like, and this person likes that about you. They like that you're a little bit of a challenge, because again, they like that. I feel like they could get lots of other people interested in them, but they like the fact that you're kind of a little bit of almost like a spitfire. Like, you're the type to be like, don't talk to me like that, or tell them exactly what you want, or make sure that, like, you would like tell them, I feel like, if they put on like a really ugly shirt, you'd be like, that looks really bad, take it off. And they like that about you. Like, they don't want, like, they say, like, I feel like they want to make you submissive because of that. And again, let me reiterate to this person, I am not doing a sexual reading. I feel like they keep trying to push it on me, but no. But I feel like they kind of want to make you submissive, but it's because you're so strong. Like, they probably wouldn't, as much as they're saying like, this is my fantasy of what I want. It's only like with you, because if they were around someone who was actually naturally submissive, they would have no interest. They like the fact that you're a challenge, and you guys very well might be kind of twin flames or soulmates, or from the same soul tribe, because you guys have a very similar vibe. I actually think you guys make a good match. because you're both kind of feisty, you're both a little crazy in a good way, like kind of that fire sign fun crazy, you know, like your Sag friend who's always got like some drama going on, and it's always fun to hear like about what happened on Friday night, and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Like I love fire signs. I have a little fire in my chart, so absolutely no judgment on mine. I'm a Venus in Aries, so I'm always getting into crazy stuff. So no judgment to the fire signs, but I just feel like you guys have that fiery, fun, outgoing energy that is a blast to be around. And I think that that's what makes this person so interested in you. It is the sexual thing that keeps pulling you guys together, but it's almost like it goes deeper than that. It's not just sex. It's more about your souls recognizing each other, and that you guys would just have so much fun together, I feel like. So that's, I think, why, but I think that that's what keeps this person really coming back. And that's really the primary way this person thinks of you, is like through the lens of their sexual attraction. And I think about you all the time. So yeah. What was left unsaid between pile 4 and their person? Please tell me you'll never leave me. So that's a little more vulnerable. I feel like that's something this person would never say out loud ever. What would pile 4's person say to them? I carry you in my heart. I feel so unworthy. I actually got that before, and then I was like, did I just absentmindedly grab it and then I put it back? But they really want them to say that. Okay, so that's not the energy I'm feeling. But again, I'm not that surprised. I feel like this person has so much bravado, but underneath it, I guess this is their real feelings. Is like they do feel like you're so much kind of better than them, and maybe that's why they're so into you. What comes across to me energetically is just I keep getting the sexual desire, and kind of almost like very full of themselves, like, hey baby, wait until you try dating me, you'll never have it. Like that's the kind of energy I'm getting. So it's interesting when I hear I feel so unworthy. I guess this is like them on a deeper level, because that did come up twice. I put it back the first time because I figured that I had not like tuned in before I pulled, but I guess that is, they really want you to know that. I wish I could speak to you. And I've got a one-track mind, which is my card for a real sexual desire. So that's the Chromeo song. I got a one-track mind, and I definitely think maybe you guys could look it up, because I definitely think that would apply. Oh my gosh, and I feel so unworthy again. I didn't even know, I must have written that accidentally twice. So this person really wants you to know. They do feel unworthy of you, and that might be why we got a lot of cards about them working on themselves and putting in the effort, and again, trying to take steps to move themselves forward. That makes sense, because I feel like, I would almost expect someone like that to be in contact with you, like for sure. But I was also sensing that a lot of you guys aren't in contact with this person. So the I feel so unworthy would make sense, because I'm sensing, I don't know how to describe this, that they are not like paused. It's not like they are stagnating, where this energy is stagnating. So what I'm sensing is they are moving forward, but it's more like they're working on themselves right now, and then they're going to actually initiate contact later on. But right now, it's like they are taking the steps to fix and make themselves better, so that when they come to you, you will be impressed. Because again, they perceive you as someone who is very exacting, like who has high standards and won't accept them rolling up on you in like an old stained t-shirt and like, on a bike or something. Like you would need a nice car, and you want the best, and they're totally okay with that. They're not judgmental of it, because I feel like they're the same way. So maybe that's why they're working on themselves. I think that they sense that they're going to have to get better to actually make it fully happen with you. So let's get some astro dice for pile 4. So we got Saturn, we got the first house, and we got Sag. So I mentioned Sag. I definitely get some Sag energy from this. and fire sign energy in general, which is also first house ruled by Aries. So yeah, definitely fire sign energy coming in strong in this reading. And also Saturn, which relates to Capricorn, but Saturn is kind of like a lot of different things, but it's also lessons, hardship, but also working on yourself. And again, that would correspond to this energy I'm picking up on of this person taking steps to improve their life, taking steps to make some more money and really work on like their career situation and getting themselves lined up for you and making themselves like a better man is what I'm hearing. And if you're a man asking about a woman, it could still apply. So just switch whatever you need to switch around. But yeah, so this person is definitely working on themselves and taking steps to like improve themselves and make themselves better for you for sure. And then first house Aries and Sag, I just think this person, I definitely get a fiery energy from them, and like they know what they want, you know, they definitely know what they want. I'm like a Venus in Aries, and that's for me in love. I will like see someone and be like, yep, no. And I know like right off the bat, I have always known whenever I've been in love, I knew like first sight. And I feel like that's just like an Aries type of thing. This person with Aries, you either know what you either like what you like or you don't want it. And that's it. There's no like, well, but I think this, well, you know, in every other area of my life, I'm a Pisces, so I'm very indecisive and I'm very like, but the thing is, well, he said that, well, I don't know, I'm not sure. The thing is well, there's a pro and there's a con and I don't know. Like, me and my Libra friends, we can't make a decision to save our lives. It's like a disaster when we have to pick out a restaurant. But when it comes to love, the Aries kicks in and I'm like, he did one thing wrong, get him out of here. Like, I am so decisive. And I think that that's what this person is. They want you, and that's all they really want. They're just committed to you and no one else will compare. And they're not wishy-washy. They are not like, oh, you know, well, she's good at this, but you know, she was kind of bad in that area, and I don't know, I'm not sure about this. They are so decisive, and they have basically set their mind on you. Like I'm hearing the lyrics to One Track Mind, which is a great song that would totally apply. You guys should look it up, by Chromeo. And he says, I've got a one-track mind, and it's taken up all my time. I got a one-track mind, and it's set on you. And it's set on you. And it's like, that's really the energy here. It's the first time I've actually quoted that song. I feel really kind of stupid, like I'm saying spoken word poetry at open mic night or something. But I wanted to say it because I just feel like those lyrics really apply. Like it's set on you line. Like it's like this person has made up their mind. They are decided, and their arrow is pointing to you. No pun intended again. And that's all they want. They just want you, and that's it. And that's it. There's nothing else to say about it, you know? That's the situation. There's no other explanation. It's not to get too deep, but it's just like their mind's made up and they're not going to go back and forth about it or be indecisive. And I really love that. To me, it's very attractive when a guy is that way. I love it. You know, I think that's how it should be. I hate it when a guy is like, well, I heard from this person that, you know, I heard you said this to them. And I just was wondering, like, it's like, no, either you like me or you don't. And that's it. And if you don't, keep it moving, because I don't have the time. That's how I feel, at least. But, and then Sag is so fun. You guys could be a Sag, they could be a Sag. There could be any fire sign energy here I'm getting really strongly. So again, Leo, Aries, Sag, it's all, you know, it all applies. But this person has a ton of interest in you. They're very sexually attracted to you. And I think it goes beyond sexual attraction into more of a spiritual connection, which is like underpinning it. And they're definitely taking steps to make themselves better to come to you. They're kind of addicted to you. And we did get the Devil card. So I do feel like it's like addicted to love. Like they are so into you and they think about you all the time in a very sexual way. They've really tried to turn this into an 18+ reading at every 30 seconds. They're trying for it. So yeah, this person's very sexually into you, and it's like a little bit of an addiction for them. And so you don't have to worry about them losing interest, that's for sure, because I think that their mind has made up, as they say in the song, my mind's made up and it's set on you, or whatever. Like, that's it. They decided, and even if they were to, I feel like, sleep with like a million other people, they would still be, you know, focused on you. No one could compare. So yeah, it's very sweet in a way, and is also, yeah, this person has a lot of sexual things to say about you. I'll say that. You might have to definitely check in if I do another 18 plus reading. I accidentally deleted my last one. I didn't mean to, but maybe it was my spirit guide trying to keep me looking a little more respectable. So I don't know, but it just got randomly deleted. But I do think, yeah, you guys are for sure, this is a very sexual vibe. It's definitely an interesting energy to pick up on like a Friday morning. But yeah, so I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it did in the comments. I love hearing your stories and stuff, or how it resonates. Please let me know if it did in a particular way. And also, if you have any ideas for readings that you would like to see, I am all ears. I started this channel to try to help people. So in any way that I can help you, please let me know. Please drop the suggestions and I will definitely consider them. And also make sure to like and subscribe. I post every few days, so if you want to see more videos, make sure you're subbed. And also let me know about my microphone, because I am wanting to make sure it's the best sound quality for you guys. I hope it's not loud when I'm shuffling or whatever. But yeah, I hope that helped you guys. I will see you in the next reading. Sending you guys so much love and light, and have an amazing eclipse season, and I'll see you next time. Bye.